please. Tickets?
Happy holidays. Happy holidays. While the merry bells keep ringing. Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays.
Hi, Molly.
What's up, Mike? Did you know it's the holiday season?
Yeah, and Santa Claus is coming round, so
Yes.
yeah.
I'm so excited. Have you ever seen Santa?
Numerous times.
Really? Oh my God, what's he like?
Oh, I have a story for you about him. I'll hold it for our discussions.
Ooh, our discussions. That's so exciting.
Yes.
What's up, you guys?
Hello.
Welcome back. Wow, wow, wow.
It's like we never left. What's going on?
Literally. Hey guys. As you can tell, we're here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to spread some holiday cheer. Primarily Christmas spirit is where we're going at. I need to turn you up just a little.
Gosh darn it, it's the holiday season. I can't say God like that.
Okay. So we have an exciting episode planned for you guys.
It's a big
Starting
one.
up first, we're just going to talk about what's up with us right now. We're going to go into some Christmas stories, Christmas tales, some holiday season fun stuff. And then we'll get right into a similar format to that of the Halloween special. If you're just joining us, what's up, you guys? My name's Molly.
And my name's Mike.
And we're super cool. And you should
Yeah.
definitely listen to this. So,
Cooling like a snowman.
ooh, I freaking love Snowman.
Yeah, she's got like 3 in her apartment.
Yeah, I have so many at my hometown though. I'm so ready for my Snowman. I'll post a photo of it. Just a reminder, friends, we are talking to each other not in the same room. Just like the Halloween special, we are via Zoom. I am in Boston, Massachusetts, which is where I'm going to for grad school. I just completed my last week of classes. Yay! And it's finals week now. But don't worry, I'm gonna pass. So, mom and
No
dad,
one
if you're
doubted
listening,
you for a second.
yeah. So that's where I am.
I am still in my hometown.
Yeah.
I'm trying ever slowly. Yeah, I'm still working at the paint store that I've been at for like 2.5 years now.
Working 9 to 5.
Molly actually visited me at the paint store a few weeks ago, and
I did, you guys.
my boss showed up before I could, and he was like, "How can I help you?" And then I heard her voice, and then her head popped up over my desk, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Molly!"
I was like, yeah, I don't actually need paints.
Yeah, as soon as she said his mic here, I was like, "Oh, I know who this is."
He's such a nice dude, though. Shout out to that guy.
His name is Jim.
Period, Jim. He looks like a Jim.
He is a Jim.
Well, Mike, now that it's the holiday season, I actually don't know some of your thoughts on the holiday season, which I think will actually help us for when we divulge our top 12 songs, movies, and then our assignments. I think that'll actually really help me gauge what's going on in your noggin. So
Yeah,
hit me with it.
What Christmas means to me.
Yeah.
That's a good
Aw.
song, though.
By Pentatonics, right?
I thought it was a cover, but yeah.
It could have been. That's the one I know, though. Didn't we sing it together in high school?
I think we listened to it, but we did Mary Did You Know by Pentatonics.
Yes, we did.
That
And we did
performed. White Winter Hymnal.
Yes, yeah.
I remember that because our classmate was complaining about hitting his chest with the beat. He was like, "My chest hurts."
Dang. Yeah, that's a killer song. Pentatonics was huge in high school. For real.
Now they're still huge, just not to me.
Damn, Pentatonics, we love you though. I do.
I respect you for your craft.
Nice.
As of last night, I did determine that Halloween and Christmas are kind of tied for number 1 holiday. For different reasons, though. The main thing, why are you giggling? The main difference for me is at the time of Halloween, it feels like it should be number 1 because it's like all the creepy stuff that I like finally getting its moment and whatnot. And like horror movies and some rock music is aimed towards being Halloween style, like Alice Cooper and some Ozzy music, Susie and the Banshees. And you get to like dress up if you want, laid back or full out, go for it. So I find Halloween a lot of fun. But this year I found out that Halloween has changed a lot because there were only like 3 kids in my neighborhood for trick-or-treating, and I was like, damn, the spirit's gone. And I sat there with our friend group for like 2 hours in the 45-degree wind, waiting for kids to show up to get candy, and none did. And we were just like, all right, Halloween's over. And then we went inside and got drunk.
We still had kids at my house, apparently, my parents said.
I think we handed out a max of 15 pieces total. And I was just like, ugh, because we had like a lot of candy. Because when we were kids, our neighborhood used to get ravaged, and now it's just over. And we blame COVID. So,
oh, definitely. That's how I felt about the neighborhood next from mine. I couldn't, fun fact, guys, like Mike and I, we lived in the same town, but far enough away where we didn't trick or treat in each other's neighborhoods. So I've never seen yours at full force.
Not missing much now.
The neighborhood next to mine had full-size candy bars.
There was one house in ours that did.
Dying.
There were also a bunch of spoiled brats this year that were getting dropped off at cars instead of like actually walking. And I was like, you don't deserve shit. I wanted to say it, but I couldn't, because the first kid we got was like a 3-year-old on a bicycle without pedals that you just kick with your feet. I wanted to be like, cheater. I didn't say anything because I couldn't. So that's why Halloween is number 1 in that respect. But Christmas is number 1 for its wholesome factor. Sure, you can get presents and stuff, and that's cool as a kid, and probably as a teenager and young adult when money's tight. I prefer the togetherness aspect and like hanging out with people that you care about, having fun. And you can do that year round all you want, but during December, it kind of takes on a heavier weight, and you're like, damn, these are my people. And
kind of forces you to do it.
Yeah, and whether it's family or friends, like, sure, you can get into a tiff with either of them at the holidays, but you kind of forgive each other by the end, depending on how severe it is.
Even if they blow up your Christmas tree and pour their shit down your pipes or whatever the fuck.
The sewer.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We'll get into that later, though. Yeah, there's also, like, sure, there's a ton of movies for Halloween, but, like, you talk about Christmas movies a lot more. And the same thing goes for music. Like, sure, there's music for Halloween, and it's usually, like, theme songs for, like, the Addams Family or soundtracks to Halloween movies. But there are endless Christmas songs, as you'll see how hard it was to rank our tops.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was almost impossible, but we did it. It was a Christmas miracle.
We did it. We did it. Oh, yeah. Woo! No, eating it tonight. I'm on a diet. True. I say as I'm eating potato chips as Mike talks.
Yeah. What else can I say about Christmas? What you got?
I had a question for you, but I forgot what it was.
You can ask me anyway, even though you forgot. Oh, there it is. Hello.
Mike, were you ever like a ABC Family, like 25 Days of Christmas person?
No.
Damn. Because that's a very good example of Christmas movies having more hype. I think Hallmark has something to do with that as well.
I think ABC Family used to do like 31 Days of Halloween, but it was always like they would only show like the prominent ones on Friday and Saturday when there was like mass audiences. And then the rest were like school nights and whatnot. But with Christmas, you get like, as a kid, you always got hyped for Christmas break because you didn't have to wake up, besides your parents telling you had to go to some like distant relative's Christmas party, and you're like, I don't know anybody. I'm 6. And then you'd have to do it anyway.
6. Well, when the roof collapsed at our middle school,
extended
on the
Christmas
last
break.
It was on the last day of school anyway, and we got to go home early. I got to go to my mom's work's Christmas party. That was awesome.
I went into my neighbor's teenage son's bedroom and played video games.
Nice.
Not really. They smell.
Were you there for that? I think, I was in 6th grade. You had to be.
I was in 7th grade social studies when it happened. We were watching Charlie Brown Christmas. And then they said,
that's crazy.
Hit the dirt. And we were all like, what?
That's crazy. Yeah, we weren't really like, I don't even think I knew who you were then.
No, because I think we met in chamber singers, but knew of each other through chorus.
Yeah, I was in the 6th grade wing. So, okay, on the last day of school in middle school, I was in 6th grade. Mike was in 7th. The school is split up. 6th graders were in their own wing, 7th, 8th, all in their respective wings. And it was also the last day of like the Mayan calendar or something like that. So like everyone was saying how the world was supposed to end. So that comes into play. I was in Mrs. Dushensky, social studies. The whole day though, that's also the best part about it, about the holiday season, is because that whole day, we weren't even doing anything remotely related to learning. We were poking holes into metal and creating our own like pharaoh masks. So I guess it was related to learning. I thought it was awesome. And it sounded like a trash can was on the ceiling. It was like windy and it was like but the classroom over from me, I had friends that were in that class, science, and I guess literally the roof literally like blew off. And yeah, because of that, we couldn't even like grab like a lot of our stuff, and we dipped. And that was always crazy. Like that was the big talk of the big talk of the town. Mm-hmm.
Rest of the school year,
literally the rest of the year.
Remember that?
It was wild because for a second I really did believe that the world was going to end. So I was very like pleased when it didn't. But I did feel bad though because we did have therapy dogs there. Like it was supposed to be a great day. So it did suck that that did end. But
yeah,
I got to go to the Christmas party and get free food anyway. So
in hindsight,
that was cool.
It was an early present to our parents because they got to see their kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even though I went to my neighbor's house until my parents got home.
Did you want me to go about my favorite parts of the holiday season?
Absolutely. What's your favorite part of the holidays and winter upstate?
Whoa. Well, what you said actually made me tell everyone how I feel about seasons as a whole. Okay. And I've always liked Christmas, and I thought it was because of the day, but within the last 10 years, it's fairly obvious that it's because of the buildup more than the actual destination. I feel like my family specifically, like the way it works, like, we go to church the night before and we have dinner, and that's cool. But then we have breakfast in the morning, and I love breakfast.
What about second breakfast?
More than lunch, more than dinner. And then, for dinner that night, we just do leftovers, and I don't really care about dinner. So it's really more about like when Christmas morning is really about any time before noon. And then after that, the day just gets really boring because then we all like disperse and go play with whatever we got or whatever. And it actually makes me sad on like Christmas night. I'm always like, oh, that's so sad. It's like over, even though it's not over. Sometimes it is. And my mom will start cleaning up and I'm like, stop. I hate that. Rah, don't do that.
12:01. We're taking down the tree.
No, like she'll like clean up present wrappers or like
oh, well, we have
like she'll want to organize things, and I'm like, let me just sit with all my stuff laid out. Like, you know what I mean? We don't take down our tree for a couple of weeks, but we do have a neighbor who the tree will be out the next day, and that is insane. Sorry, that's insane. Anyway,
at least the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. And we know how I feel about Halloween. Scariness is not lovely for me. So Halloween has never been my favorite holiday. Obviously, I love the free candy and everything. Mm-hmm. And for Thanksgiving, we've had a lot of death in my family on Thanksgiving, and my family is great. It's just not like one of our top holidays, I would say. And like I said, I don't like dinner food really. So I don't really eat well on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Everyone always looks forward to those certain things. Now I look forward to the desserts that you can also have on Christmas. So yeah, so Christmas, and then like the activities you do throughout the winter time is what makes it. Having hot chocolate, going ice skating, going sledding, building a snowman. All those things.
True.
That's what makes the season more enjoyable. You're doing those things.
I miss snowball fights so much.
Yeah, I do. I love building snowmen. Like even like my mom, I'm hoping to convince her to go to New York City because fun fact, you guys, the Rockefeller Christmas tree this year is from our hometown.
Yeah.
I want to see it, and I want to see the lights. Like the twinkle lights are very pretty, and just yeah. And honestly, if she says yes, I realize that I haven't gone to some places that Kevin goes in Home Alone 2. And like, I've never even been to, I think he's at Central Park, but I've never been to that part of Central Park to see that. And I'm like, we should totally go. So hopefully she says yes. And then we go. And my mom and we would go to see like the Rockettes at Christmas time. They're amazing. And the technology and the whole venue, guys, if you ever had the chance to see the Rockettes, I'm sure they're great year round, but specifically for their Christmas spectacular is insane. You should go. Just saying. As close as you can to the front, but that's just me.
I have not been.
We got to get you there, Mike. It's awesome.
I also have to go to Disney World. We've gone over that.
True. The Rockettes is more accessible, I feel.
Well, absolutely.
But yeah.
Just in general, I have not been.
We just got to go.
There's a lot of things I got to do, okay?
And we'll do it, Mike. We'll do it. So yeah, and I love winter. The worst part about the season for me is the darkness. And it's not that I don't like stars. I love the night sky, but the problem is when it snows and then it's nighttime, most of the time it doesn't clear. And so the sky is just gray and dark, and it's dark seemingly forever. And I hate that. And I've been really struggling with that, but it snowed today in Boston for the first time, and it's very lovely out. And so that kind of makes up for it. It kind of makes everything a little bit more brighter. So when it does get dark, you know, it's something. So that's good. Yeah, and I love gift giving. I feel like that's my love language or something like that, but I just like to do it. I see things for people all year. Thank you. I see things for people all year, and then I'm like, they need that.
What I do for my mom. There was one time, I think it was 2 years ago. It was like Christmas 23. It was my first one back from college, like graduating. And over the summer, I had found this like sunscreen scented candle on Etsy. And my mom was like, yo, that looks good. And I held on to it until Christmas.
I guess an example would be my sister loves Mudang. And like I got her a nightshirt because she always needs nightshirts of Jesus holding Mudang, because she also has like a lot of random Jesus photos in her house.
Mhm.
Because in college, I guess like they just had a photo of Jesus in their bathroom. So it's just like she was married for Halloween and one year, and it was just funny. And yeah, things like that, like personalized like things. And I love that. And I wish I think that this year has been a little bit more tough. I wish I was rich because I would just give all my money away. But yeah. And I guess the last thing I have to say about my thoughts on the holiday season, of course, we have to mention the man with the bag.
Old Mr. Kringle.
I freaking love Santa. And honestly, I did truly believe in him for the longest time. Mainly because I don't remember
You mean you
telling my... What?
You mean you don't anymore?
I do.
Nice catch.
Well, actually, this is really crazy. Okay, but I firmly believe that when I was younger, like I would see him in like the clouds in the afternoon. I'd be like, oh my God, there he is. I would like gaslight myself. I mean, it could have been him, who knows? But I love thinking about that, and
The
it's
child
something like silly to be like, yeah. He would always get me things that I don't remember telling people about. So is that because I have a bad memory? Probably. Yeah. And I am 24? But my parents have yet to, I'm very grateful for them. And I feel very privileged because my parents have yet to cast out Santa. Like Santa still comes to my house.
Same here.
And that's like very nice. So yeah.
So
Mhm.
what I wanted to do in light of that, because I still have a Christmas story to tell, at least one.
Whoa.
For those that are discouraged by the holiday and don't believe in Santa anymore, even though that's not Molly or I, my question for Molly, and then she's going to ask me the same thing after. How did you find out that Santa was not a physical being? This is just for the non-believers, because Santa is real, guys.
Yeah.
I got a good story for this. I want to hear Molly's.
Well, actually, Mike, I feel like I'm a very good kid because I never went looking for presents. I never, woke up really early to see if I could catch him in the act. Like, I was pretty good. And actually, because I knew that like bro would know, you know what I mean? So like I would give him his milk and his cookies. I'd be going to bed. I'd lock myself in there until my dad was like, oh my gosh, you guys got coal. And then we'd be like, what? And then he'd be like, no, you didn't. And then he'd be like, come down and see. And then you know what I mean? I know. He does it. He does it every year. It's so funny. I know. I used to fully believe him.
For Thanksgiving.
Yes, you saw him on the same day you saw me.
I did, and everyone in my family went, wow, small world.
I know. You always see my dad at Zachary's. Like, if you don't see him at an event with me, you see him there.
I wasn't even working. I was just a customer.
I know.
And then he came in behind me, and I was like, yo, Mr. DeMarco.
Yeah.
And then he saw my Stranger Things hat, and was like, you better shut up.
Yeah, hopefully he's seen it by now, but... And so, yeah, and I basically, one time I wrote Santa a letter, and he wrote back. And then my mom was like, wow, Santa has bad handwriting. And I was like, that sounds like you're making fun of your husband. I was like, I was younger and I was like, And like, no one was like hyped enough about the fact that Santa wrote me a letter. You know what I mean? And I literally was just like,
you're like, can you appreciate that this man wrote to me?
Yeah. And like, you know what I mean? And then, well, it turned into me, like, honestly, now, this is really silly. But it's not, I don't know. But like, I've seen two things about people finding out, potentially there's no Santa. One of them, people realizing that Santa isn't Santa, but it's still someone that really cares enough about you to give you a Christmas experience. And that is still something you should appreciate because still some people don't have that, right? And so I do think of it like that. And then also like how all of us can be quote unquote Santa and have this love for someone to want to give them something or have them experience joy from something. You know what I mean? So it's kind of how I think about it. Just like the magic and like the spirit. I firmly believe in the Christmas spirit is what I'm saying. Like you can argue that he might not be real, but Christmas spirit is, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, like even driving home in the dark the other night, I was like, yo, it's the Christmas time, bro. Like, like I was listening to Christmas music and I was just bopping. I was like, any other night I'd be miserable, but not right now.
Yeah. And I think that to piggyback off of what you said about the whole, yes, you should appreciate everyone all the time, right? All year. But also some people don't do that. And like that's crazy. But it is also good that it is there because also you can figure out true assholes when it comes to the Christmas season. You know what I mean? And also
the
like
real Scrooges.
who the fuck cares if like Santa is real or not? You know what I mean? Let me be Delulu and let me live in my winter fantasy. Like there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. So yeah, it's fun to believe in something. And if you don't like it, it only lasts a month for some people. Whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. And especially like in this world when we have no idea what the true meaning of life is, let me
And
do
every
this.
day
You know
is
what I
a
mean?
different bummer in the headlines. Let me just
Yeah.
have some fun for a week or two, if not
Exactly.
the
Let me
month.
collect my snowmen. And
True.
let me hang out with my friends and eat good meals and try and put a sweater on a cat that doesn't want a sweater on him.
Lewis had a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween,
I did.
like a Velcro one. I don't know what he's getting for Christmas.
Oh my God, he should get me.
True. Or
Mhm.
you should get him.
Yeah. Oh my God. Mike, do you have a certain circumstance when you found out that the big guy might not have been so big?
Yeah, it's a funny one. This is how I found out Santa was not a physical, separate human being or spirit. So I was in that age group of like 8 to 11, where that's kind of when you get like the hints. But like before that, 0 through 7, you're like, Santa's coming.
Bro, I probably believed in Santa until mid high school. I'm not even joking.
Props, I wish.
But continue.
If this hadn't happened, that might have been the case for me. So I was in that age group, and my brother and my parents, we all went to this cabin in Vermont for Christmas instead of staying home. And it was on like the top of this snowy mountain in this very rural town. And this is a sidebar just because I'm rambling and we have the time because it's the holiday special. What up? This rural town is the first place I had crab rangoons with Chinese food.
Aww.
And they still sit with me to this day. Like every year, I joke with my mom, like, yo, when we going to St. Johnsbury and getting crab rangoons for Christmas?
Group trip? I've never had a crab rangoon.
I have pitched them to you before, and you said seafood allergies exist in your family, and you're skeptical.
No, they don't.
You have said that.
Probably was a liar. I have shrimp now.
Okay. The way this cabin was set up, you would walk in the front door, and it was on the top of this hill that we would sled on. It was awesome. And you walk in the front door. In front of you, there's just like this large wooden staircase. And it goes up to the loft bedroom. And it was like 2 twin beds, carpeted floor with just a railing. And you could overlook the rest of the cabin from the second floor. And that was it. And then the first floor, it was like to the left was your living room, right was dining room and kitchen, and like bathroom and boot room on the left behind the living room, and then my parents behind the kitchen. It was a very nice cabin. I was blown away as a kid. So that night we went to bed. It was Christmas Eve. My brother and I had the loft bedrooms, and there was a beautiful Christmas tree that they put up for us. The beds were far enough back that you couldn't see over the railing without getting out of bed. But it was Christmas Eve. I was in that age group. I was like, Santa's coming, man. I gotta go to bed. Come 1:30 in the morning, I hear rustling, and I'm like, oh my God, let's see what this is. So I quietly step out of bed, and I get to the railing. I see my mom at the tree, and I'm like, ah.
Damn.
Like, I started yawning, I think. That's how she knew I was awake, because I was like, when I started yawning. And she turned around and she was like, good, you can help. Made me come downstairs and help put it under the tree. And that is how I found out Santa was not a human being. I was like, this handwriting looks like yours. And she was like, yep, keep helping.
Dang. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
It's so funny in hindsight.
If and when I have kids, I will probably do it. I think my parents do, which is like they probably do it at like 7 a.m. like right before they have us wake up.
Mm.
So then even because I do remember one time I went downstairs to like get medicine or something, and we still didn't have presents, and it was like 2 or 3 a.m. and I was like,
And you were like, Santa
Santa.
doesn't believe in me.
Well, Santa has a lot of people to see.
He's a busy guy.
Polar Express has taught me that, he can take his time and like he has the whole night, like
Do you know
essentially
what
until
kind of
I
train
wake
this
up.
is? Yeah.
Oh, I do have to say, I also hope to be rich so that I can decorate because I love ornaments. I have a very amazing ornament collection. And last year for Christmas, my parents got me a big storage thing for my ornaments. And I have a snowman collection. And I just love looking at them. I'm really. It sounds very consumeristic, and that word keeps getting thrown around a lot recently. But specifically for my Christmas and even like for my like stuffed animals, oh my God, I know I'm 24, it's fine. They hold a lot of value to me, even though it's like an object. And so like I really, really appreciate those items. So
Mhm.
in my opinion, it's not excessive. And even if it was, I truly appreciate all of them. I don't ever think I'm going to get to like hoarder level of Christmas stuff, but I love my Christmas stuff.
I think we're up to 8
So-
totes at my house.
Nice. Yeah. I
We have,
honestly,
like 4 trees at this point.
yeah, like the fact that like I don't have a lot of trees, like I'm waiting until I have a stable income and a family to, go all out.
To ball
We
out
have
on
one tree.
Christmas.
I support the not getting a real tree anymore. Like we've had a fake tree for the longest time. I do miss the experience of going out and looking at them though. I don't really have any holiday stories. The only personal, I guess, last thing I wanted to mention before we talk about where we're at today is that Mike and we would take part in caroling for chamber singers in high school. And I love a good caroling. I have always wanted to like dress up like how they do in like, what is it, like the 1840s or whatever, with like the little
Victorian.
bonnets. Oh my God, yes, Victorian. We didn't do that. But yeah, and I think learning the harmonies and like the melodies for most of those songs they were very helpful. Shout out Miss Badger. You did that. And I miss that all the time. And photos pop up on my feed and I'm like, that was like 8 years ago. That's crazy.
That was East
And
Greenwich Town Hall, baby.
I wish that I was in a place long enough to be able to join a group to carol because that always is lovely and people love to see that also. So
I miss when we had the scheduled groups of SATB, like 4-person groups in high school. When it was like, you get to come out of class for 40 minutes and just roam the halls singing Christmas songs.
yeah.
And we were like, let's go.
And the best part is that we were good too.
Yeah, and the teachers were always like, that's fine by me. We're not doing anything. And it would always suck if it lined up with a class you wanted to hang out in with no classwork. I do have a non-Santa Christmas story, though.
Okay, I'm ready.
So they're not on my wall anymore, but when I was a kid in the same bedroom, there was this framed picture of Freddie and I was in like this orange Hawaiian shirt, and I was 3 years old, and my hair looked a mess, and my face was red, and Freddie was just there chilling, smiling for the camera. This was like a JCPenney picture for just us two. And as I grew up, because I didn't remember the day of the photo, every time I would talk about it being in my room, my mom was like, that day sucked. And I'd be like, why? And then she was like, you would not stop crying. And I just didn't want to take pictures at all that day. And it was like a blue Christmas backdrop, and I was in an orange Hawaiian shirt, so I would show up and be like, it's Christmas.
That's so cute.
And then you just see my face like beet red, like I just stopped crying to smile for 2 seconds to just bounce back to crying.
Yeah, you're gonna need to find that. Absolutely.
Oh, it was so funny because I had that picture up in here until like middle school, and I was like, all right,
That's so cute.
it's more funny than it is anything else.
I guess a couple of random things that I thought about is that my family never did elf like on the shelf or you know what I mean, that sort of thing. We never did any of that.
We have a fake elf that perches on one of the branches of the fake tree we put up every year, and it's like tucked in against the trunk. It was what my grandfather did. It's my mom's turn to do it.
Honestly, I like watching all the videos on it. I saw a video yesterday about comparing Elf on the Shelf to a panopticon. Is that how you say it? Do you know it? It's this type of prison. Am I saying it right?
Whoa.
Hold on. Me stopping and saying it's a prison.
I refer to Elf on the Shelf
I said
as
it right.
1984 because it sounds like I'm being surveilled.
So, do you know what a panopticon is?
No.
It is a type of prison where it's cylindrical and the the prisoners are all looking inward in this cylindrical building to this
okay.
one lighthouse type of situation
Like
where they
Guardians of the
think,
Galaxy.
yes, kind of, where they think that they're being surveilled. It's the idea that you could be
Watched.
You could be watched, but you don't know. So therefore, it's self-regulation. You're like, oh, I have to be good because they could be watching. Another example of this is CCTV in London. How everywhere in London they have cameras that have like lights in them. So like you don't fully know if that camera is on or not. And if you think you're being watched, you're basically going to do better, hopefully. And so with the idea of Elf on the Shelf, you know, it forces kids to try and be good because they think that the elf could be watching, you know, and Santa's kind of like that as well. But just take a look, our listeners, at some videos online. Parents, they do like fun stuff with their elves if their kids especially are bad. And it you know, I would only take it to like a certain limit, right? But yeah, so it's just interesting to think about that. Just if you guys haven't already noticed, but this is going to be a long episode and we'll definitely advertise it as such, but as much as I have a stencil of what's happening, you know, we could derail because it's the holiday season. So, for Girl Scouts, when we were younger, we used to paint pillowcases for people. That was always something we used to do. I don't do that anymore, which is unfortunate. You know, I like Christmas sweaters and Christmas crafting. And it's interesting you said you went to Vermont for one Christmas because I have never traveled, I don't think, on Christmas. It's always like before or afterwards. I think I would like to at least one time just to see how it is. I don't think I would like it though, which is why I only want to do it one time. But yeah, like people go to Disney World on Christmas, like people do, you know, all sorts of, and I just can't imagine that. Like, don't you want to be home? Like, I don't know. You can go to Disney World any time of the year. Like,
well, it's Christmas.
Yeah. So I don't know. Those are just some random thoughts I had.
So this isn't a story of mine, but it's more of a question of social media history for you. Do you remember the one, I don't know if it was a Vine or a TikTok based on how old it is, but the video of the kid that got like the Barbie Fairytopia Christmas present with like the flying Barbie where you put your hand out and it floats?
I got one of those.
And the kid's playing with it next to a fireplace and it flies straight in and she's like,
no.
Oh,
that's crazy.
So
I do love watching people like get big presents like cars or cats or, oh my God, soldiers coming home for Christmas. Oh my God. Like, I'm gonna look that up literally right now though.
First you put it on here, then you press the lock it button. That's that. And then it'll fly up in just a second. See? And then
Oh no! Oh, did you? Someone said, "Oh, that's dead. That's terrible." Oh, comments are turned off. That's terrible. Oh my God. Well, actually, wait. That kind of does remind me of one little story. My sisters and I, well, Marie, my oldest sister, we're both very into Christmas and we want things to happen well, you know what I mean? And we also build Christmas up a lot, which is why I've had to accept that it's a whole month endeavor, just so that if the day itself is weird as fuck, you know, at least the rest of the month was great, you know? But one year, I don't know if she got what she wanted. And then our cat clawed at her. And I think she also dropped like a pickle. So like glass went everywhere. And I was like, I felt so bad for her for that. Cause like she was like crying on Christmas Day. And I mean, I've cried on Christmas Day a couple of years ago because I joined an online class and it ended up being too much. It was like supposed to be a winter class and it was just, I could not handle it. And on Christmas, I was like, I should not have to do all this work on Christmas Day. And I literally was like, Mom, I need to drop this class. And she was like, that's all right. And I honestly think if I brought it up like before or after Christmas, like she would have been like, girl, like we kind of wasted money on taking the class that we can't get back. But because it was Christmas, she was like, love you, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not a history major anymore.
Respect to moms.
True.
I got one thing and one thing only before we wrap up our intro.
Okay.
Do you remember when our mutual friend quit her job on Christmas Eve?
I don't even remember that being Christmas Eve. Like, she reminds me that it was Christmas Eve, but I don't actually remember when she called me or anything like that. But yes, I do remember that. Shout out to Erica. We love you.
It has come up like 3 times this month.
Dude, on Christmas Eve, I got to send her happy anniversary.
You should send her a picture of Albany Med and be like, do you miss it?
What do you mean? We should just take a group trip. Someone slip and fall, and let's all go.
Yes, let's go. That way, if we
Let's
have
go.
to, well, no ambulance because that's just too much money. But
There's a Panera near there. We should just go to the Panera. That's
we
so
did it
fucking
for the
fun.
mac and cheese, guys.
And I guess where I'm at with the holiday season today, and it was like this at college, you know, you can't really fully focus on it until you're done. So luckily, I'll be at home for a little less than a week before Christmas. I literally think 6 days. So that's exciting. Didn't feel like that in my undergrad and grad school. Like I said last time, I think is going very well for me. So I feel like I've been more able to be in the Christmas spirit throughout this whole month rather than the latter half. Yeah, I'm happy that it snowed today. I like to think of that as something very symbolic and, you know, of the Christmas spirit showing up for us. Yeah. What about you?
In the Christmas spirit today, I've been watching 1 or 2 Christmas movies a week. I should be ramping up those numbers for the next week just because we're getting closer and we're gonna discuss them shortly. But I've seen a handful of the ones on my list because they're tried and true. But I haven't watched any so far that I haven't seen before that are in my top 10. I watched the ones for our assignments, of course, but I haven't sought one out. Been like, that's a Christmas movie I haven't watched yet,
No, me neither.
but I need to do it.
Actually, that's a lie. Technically, the Jonas Brothers came out with a Christmas movie.
I heard
It's
about
not that bad. If you guys want to watch it, like if you're fans, it's cute. It's better than I expected it to be. I'm probably going to watch it with my dad because we like the Jonas Brothers. So,
So as I mentioned, I haven't sought any movies out that I haven't seen before for this season, but I did take the time to rank my top 12 holiday movies and holiday songs. And
whoa.
I think we want to start off with our top 12 holiday movies to go with the 12 Days of Christmas.
You know what, Mike? I totally think we should. And after looking at my list, I haven't watched any of these this season yet.
Get on it, you Grinch, you Scrooge.
I'm not a Scrooge. I just watched.
Other Christmas villain names.
I watched the Jonas Brothers one, and then I watched the two for you, and then that's
Dang.
it so far. So I know I got to catch up.
Okay.
Some of them I won't watch though because I like to preserve the magic. But we'll talk about it.
That's so sad, but I respect that. I'll get
Thank
into that
you.
later on about preserving the magic of a given movie.
Hopefully, we're talking about the same movie.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Molly, I'm gonna give my first of my top 12. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
You might
Mike,
get bummed out.
why is it 12?
Because it's the 12 Days of Christmas, guy. So you might get bummed out by this, but my number 12 is the Polar Express.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm gonna have to cut this short. I hope you guys have an amazing holiday season, and we'll see you next year.
Oh my god.
Mike.
Ugh.
So we're not talking about the same movie when it comes to preserving the magic.
Okay. I don't know where to start. Like, sure, there's a lot of childhood memories of watching it. And my grandfather on my dad's side used to be like a train conductor. And we would go on the seasonal
cool.
Polar Express train with the company he worked for. Take it easy over there. Like, over the years, I kind of enjoyed it less and less, unfortunately. And I don't know why. Part of it is the uncanny human faces of the animation, where it's like they want to look human, but they're clearly animated, and it's kind of creepy at times.
Not when you're a kid.
When I was a kid, it was a little bit. As a kid, I was horrified of the puppet.
You're a doubter! A doubter you don't believe!
Like, yo, get that out of here, please. I'm horrified.
No, that's so real.
With the train that we went on when I was younger, we got the bells with the brown leather strap, and we have them here somewhere. And we have the tickets with our names punched into them.
Oh, that's so cute.
I don't know where they are though.
So that mixed with the score of this movie didn't get it any higher than 12.
No. Considering all the other ones I've watched, I'm smart.
Did you say that this? So it wouldn't have even been mentioned if it was a honorable mention.
It would have
We
been
can
my
cut this part out.
It would have been my first honorable mention, but it's technically my number 12 in this format.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
like it's
sorry.
still up there. There's still a ton of movies that are below it.
True.
Considering how many are out
I
there.
understand.
Do you? Because you shut down the pod.
And you'll find out why later. So.
I can only imagine.
Okay.
I do have a disclaimer. one of the songs from the movie is in my top 12 holiday songs.
Same.
So it gets that benefit.
Hell yeah.
Just going to leave it there.
Cool. Well, my number 12, Mike, is an amazing movie. And
What
I
is
was
it?
torn. Well, Mike, I was torn between Barbie and the Nutcracker and Barbie and A Christmas Carol because I think that like the whole Christmas Carol storyline is awesome. But no, Barbie and the Nutcracker is like top 10 Barbie movies, period. And she had to get put up on here. And I've always wanted to see the ballet in person. Never got to see it yet. And this is like the next best thing. And you should actually watch it. It is so good. So she's my number 12, killer ballet. Barbie does amazing dance moves. The Rat King scares the crap out of me, but he's got to be there. And it's like it gets you on the edge of your seat. You're like, oh my gosh, like scary, because it is a scary thing, like you know. So yeah, she's 12.
Cool.
Mhm.
I'm not shaming it. I'm not shutting down the pod over it.
It's not the Polar Express. I mean, sorry.
Ah,
I mean, the
all right.
animation is still weird as
Everyone's
fuck,
gonna
like the
dog me
Polar
in the
Express.
comments. Everyone's gonna dog me in the comments.
By everyone, it's just gonna be me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hear the end of this.
It's okay.
Maybe my spirit will change.
You know, as Hannah Montana says, Mike, everybody makes mistakes.
My number 11 is a Jim Henson project from 1977. It is Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. It is a 60-minute TV special about two otters. It's like mother and son, and father's out of the picture / dead / unknown. Either way. So it's a mother and son. They're kind of down on their luck, and it's super rural, borderline redneck neighborhood that they live in. And they live on the riverside. And the premise is there's this competition coming up at town hall, and it's like a talent show, and the winner wins like $50. And in the 70s, that went a long way. Over time, they realize that they have to like sacrifice something that one or the other wants or has already to make it to the competition. Like Emmett, the son, has to put a hole in his mom's wash tub for doing laundry to make a base.
Dang.
And by the end, neither of them win the contest, but they like reunite afterwards, explaining like why they left notes for each other, why things were taken or broken. They're both doing musical numbers for the contest, and Emmett's in a jug band, hence Jug Band Christmas, and they do a duet at the end of the movie. And it's like the mom sings with the jug band, and it's a hybrid of their two songs, and it's really nice.
That's cute. That sounds very wholesome. Is that who like Emmett Otterton from Zootopia is based off of?
The name, probably.
Because I heard that and I was like, so that's wholesome. For a second, I thought it was going to be Muppet Christmas Carol, but I should have known that it wouldn't be so low.
Correct.
But we'll see.
But that's my number 11.
Noise.
What's your number 11?
My sister even agrees that my 11 is a deep cut, and I don't even know how to find it to watch it. Oh my God, though. My number 11 is the Drake and Josh Christmas movie. I don't even know what it's called.
Hear me out.
Basically, if I remember correctly, the premise is that Drake and Josh are chilling. There's some kids that like need stuff, and they like promised that they would do it. And there's like a bad guy, and then something happened, and then they were able to do it, but you thought that they weren't going to be able to do it. And I just remember being like, oh my God, like they're going to ruin their Christmas and ruin their lives. Like it was intense. And it made me like cry at the end because like, shocker, you know, of course they're going to have a happily ever after and everything. Drake plans to hold a party. Josh's boss approves on the condition that Drake dresses as Santa. Right. Drake as Santa makes an unbreakable promise to a queen. I love that actress, Mary Alice, to give her family the best Christmas ever. And then something happens, and then they both get arrested. And yeah, something happens, and there's like a deal where they have to fulfill the best Christmas to this family, and then they'll be okay if they do something good, and that's it. And you think it's not going to happen. And like I remember they made it snow, and she was an amazing actress, and like Bailey Madison, that's the actress. I loved her in this.
I do know her name.
Oh, yeah. So that's a good one. I haven't seen it in years. Like I said, I really got to find it. Wow.
And then the wood chipper with cheese, I was like, that's what's up.
And like their parents not being there, like,
yeah,
I
like
just
how
thought
do
it was
I
like,
explain that I went to jail?
we are now officially in top 10 territory.
Top 10 Christmas movies.
What's your top 10, Mike?
All right, Molly. She has not seen this one.
Oh,
There's often discourse about whether or not this is a Christmas movie. I am on the side of it being pro-Christmas because the entire movie centers around the fact that he's visiting his wife in LA or a Christmas party at her office in Nakatomi Tower, and then terrorists come. This is 1988's Die Hard. This is, for context, I worked at a local bakery for 4.5 years, and there's this church in a neighboring town, and I'm going to show this to Molly because this is in my wallet. For this specifically, I've held on to this for like 6 years now. I have this super cool business card that says, Jesus was born to die hard.
damn.
And it's like a Christmas sweater appearance. I'll take a picture of this. And it's like the helicopters shooting at the roof where all the terrorists are like trying to get all the hostages. And it's going to be like a massacre. And then John McClane saves everybody. Either way,
Nice.
this is a Christmas movie. There's a lot of jokes. Like the first time that John McClane kills one of the terrorists while he's in hiding, like lurking throughout the building, and they can't find him while everyone else is hostages. The first guy he kills, he sends back down to like the terrorists' quote unquote lair in the office that they set up post in. And he wrote in the dude's blood, "Now I have a gun, ho ho ho," across the shirt. And you're like, see, it's a Christmas movie.
Honestly, with this mentality, not having seen Die Hard, but you could totally say that Paul Blart is a Christmas movie then.
Yeah,
But whatever.
I haven't seen it in a long time. So
Oh.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and he's like in town for the holiday, visiting his wife at the Christmas party.
We should probably add a spoiler alert. We will be explaining the plots of these movies.
I'm gonna wait till Molly's back on camera for this because this is gonna be a shock to her.
I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
I'm washing my hands.
Shout out hygiene, guys. Stay clean. All right, she's back. All right,
You're like on the Truman Show. Be like, and don't forget,
wash your hands. All right,
put some
so
Bath and Body Works dish soap, $7.50 on sale.
this is the cool part of Die Hard for you that you might want to watch it. The bad guy, this was his breakout role before he became Severus Snape in Harry Potter.
Ooh, really?
This is Alan Rickman's breakout role in Hollywood as Hans Gruber,
Wow.
the lead terrorist.
How old was he in this movie?
I don't know, but he's really good in it.
Oh my God, there he is.
He's creepy and like in a
Oh,
cool
why?
way.
Why he look like that?
He's a mean man,
What a
but
cutie
he's very
pie.
good in the movie.
Yeah, I bet.
That
Shit, now I
is
gotta
my
watch
number
it.
10, just because if it was any higher, people would start complaining that other Christmas movies deserve the spotlight when they're actually Christmas movies.
It's your list. Live your truth.
But I'm going to respect other people because it's the holiday season.
Santa Claus,
is coming around.
the Christmas snow on the bell. Well, my number 10 is a movie that I've only seen one time, but I remember it as being very good, very underrated, and it is Klaus.
Hell
And
yeah, that's my number 9. We can just do that.
lovely, because I actually don't have too much to say about it. I think you can watch it on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, do you have a plot of it? Because
I do.
I just think it was really cute, and the animation I actually really enjoyed. And yeah, you should watch it. It is a little bit scary with some weird folks in the town, but other than that, it's cool as fuck. And Mike is now gonna tell you why.
There's like this very big postage company in the fictional world that the movie takes place in. And the CEO is retiring and wants his son to take his place, but his son is kind of like Cusco in Emperor's New Groove.
You were saying?
He's like super self-centered, riding the coattails of his dad's money, not really like living up to the name. In light of that, his dad is like, you know what? You're getting assigned to this remote island that everyone that has ever worked here has quit because of. And you're going to turn it around because if you don't get any more of the family money. And he's like, ah, shit. So then he goes to this remote island. This remote island has like 2 separate families. The 2 families are at odds with one another. So everyone's just mad. And everyone
Yeah, it's like
hates
a
each
Romeo and
other.
Juliet moment.
Yes. It turns from him trying to exploit everyone on the island or like improving postage he enlists the help of this man named Klaus, the woodsman with all the wooden toys, and he starts lying
Period,
to
Klaus.
kids, but like in a good way. He's lying like, if you write a letter to Klaus, he will bring you wooden toys on this given night if you can prove that you are a good child, essentially. And he's doing this in correlation with a school teacher on the island because she's like, all these kids suck and they're very mean, and she's selling fish out of the classroom. So like he's helping out the school teacher, getting his own personal gain out of it. And Klaus made wooden toys for his wife before she passed, and that's why he's collecting them all, because he's like, I still make them out of love for my wife. And
Oh
now
my
he's
God,
finally
that's so
parting with
sad.
them to like give them to kids that deserve them, and they're like good kids, like helping build fences for their neighbors and making baked goods for their neighbors. And by the end of the movie, the postman opts to stay on the island and like marries the school teacher and has kids. And,
Yeah. Sorry.
and Klaus does die. He becomes a spirit. It's very wholesome at the end because like the postman takes over the role of helping deliver presents and everything. The ghost of Klaus visits every quote unquote Christmas. And the
Mhm.
last line in the movie, Jasper the mailman, I finally remembered his name. He's like, and every year I get to see my friend. And then that's the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So like
it
it's
was
like a big
so
change
good.
of heart because they catch that he's like doing it for himself, and then he's like, no, 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 no. I'm not doing it for myself anymore. I love everybody on this island and they need to love me.
Yeah.
I watched it for the first time last year, and I was very mad that Toy Story 4 beat it at the Oscars for animated feature.
Oh, really? Dang.
But
No, I would feel the same way.
yeah, that's my number 9 and Molly's number 10. So now it's time for Molly's number 9.
My number 9 is a movie that everyone and their mother knows. And I am surprised that it's as low. I can't change it now. That'd be really bad.
Do I know it?
Yeah. My number 9 and my 8 sometimes are intertwined, sometimes can be switched. But as of right now, my number 9 is Home Alone 1.
Dang.
And
that's
everyone and their
bad.
mother knows what's going on in that one. And I guess compared to number 2, which we'll talk about later, my one thing is, how do you like forget your child? Like,
Because he was upstairs being a little asshole.
I know, it really annoys me. And I guess the whole thing about him being alone in his house and everything, that always makes me so like sad for him and so scary. Even though like being in New York City alone is arguably worse. But so sometimes it just gets me like down a little, like until, the end where it's like, oh, okay. And I'll talk about why it's, why I like the second one more later. So, yep, that's my number 9.
Cool.
But sometimes it could be higher, but we'll talk about it.
Cool.
What's your number 8, Mike?
My number 8 is a movie that only came out 2 years ago. It was a Best Picture nominee at the Oscars. So it came out 2 years ago, but it looks like it came out 50 years ago because of the way they shot it. And it looks like it's on film and has like muffled audio to sound like old boom mics and everything. This is 2023's The Holdovers. And I won't explain the full story because I do want to watch it again and reappreciate it. But the basic premise is the main character, I forget his real name, but the actor's name is Dominic Sessa. And this was like his first movie, and it was his breakout role because he did really damn well in it. He's jumping around schools because he's just a delinquent teenager. And he's sent to this charter school, Barton, in Massachusetts, and it's like Christmas time and it's super snowy and everything. There's this like really grumpy history professor, and they're like kind of at odds with one another, but he's his best student, so he kind of gives him a pass, but he's like a super stickler professor. The main character, his mom just tells him she's up and leaving for Christmas with her boyfriend, and he's like, please, I have nowhere else to go. And he's forced to stay on campus with this old grumpy professor as his guardian.
Bruh, that sucks.
Yes, and his dad is in like a psychiatric hospital in Boston, so it's like he's really on his own.
Boston, let's go.
Psychiatrics.
Yeah. Shout out medical services. We appreciate you during this time and always.
Yeah. He's just left with the professor as his guardian for like a week while everyone's out of school. And it's like a really big coming of age story for both him and the professor, because he like realizes he needs to change his ways if he wants to grow up and be like a good adult. And at the same time, the professor's like, I'm tired of being this grumpy old dude. And like, I was married and we got divorced and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, "Nyeh." And he's like, I need to be a better person. And end of the movie, for those that have seen it, those who haven't, spoiler warning, he basically lies to the professor about why they need to go to Boston. And he gives his dad a snow globe in the hospital. His mom is back from the trip on an emergency. And you find out the emergency is that the dad with mental health issues hit one of the doctors with the snow globe and needs to be transferred to another hospital. And it's like something they can't afford. And the professor sticks up for him. And he's like, you know what? Shut up. He wanted to see his dad. It was Christmas. You left him. Then the professor gets fired and he's like, you know what? I'm going to do what I've wanted to do all along and see the world and write my book and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that sounds very nice. I love snow globes.
It's a very good movie. There you go.
I support
That's
you,
my
Mike.
number 8.
Nice. I think I already mentioned this, but just in case I didn't, mostly everyone will know the rest of mine, except for one, hopefully.
Same here.
So
it narrows it
Um,
down for the discussion of like what they're about because everyone
Mhm.
knows the titles for the most part.
with that being said, my number 8 is Elf. Honestly, it's a little higher than I thought it would be. I was tinkering with switching it with, Home Alone 1. But, I do really appreciate it. I'm happy that there's no Elf 2 or anything like that. Like, that's it. I think Will Ferrell is funny as fuck. And it's just so unique.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
So, yeah, there she is. That's basically it.
Respect. Zoe Deschanel singing her
Cute.
pipes. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to...
Yeah,
All
it's such a
right.
memeable movie too, yeah.
Nice. So that's your number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Word. You ready for my number 7?
Always.
Thank you. My number
Welcome.
7 is 2000's How the Grinch Stole Christmas starring Jim Carrey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
It's good. I remember from childhood it was one of my favorites. Like as you get older, the adult humor shows up a lot better. And you're like, nice, dude. Like, for example, there's a scene where they're talking about like how the Grinch came to be, and it's like he's delivered. There's another joke I gotta get in there. He's delivered to the parents that are gonna raise him, and like he can see into their window before they take him in and like realize that he needs to be raised and everything. And there's just a bowl full of car keys, and you realize it's a swingers party. For those that don't know, a swinger party, all the male guests put their car keys into the bowl upon entry, and at the end of the night, the inebriated women will grab any given set of keys from the bowl and say, "You're coming home with me tonight." That is the joke in the movie. It's funny in the movie because you're like, this is a kid's movie, bro. So before he gets dropped off, it's showing like all the other kids that like were getting their cradles were being sent down to doors. And the one guy answers the door and he's like,
Hey, honey, our baby's here. He looks just like your boss.
And poor Jim Carrey had to go through like,
yeah, it was like
training
11
to even
hours
get
in the
that on
makeup
him.
chair.
yeah, I'd go
And,
crazy.
like, yeah, he had to do CIA torture training for the yak
Mhm.
hair being applied to his body for 11 hours a day.
Beautiful looking movie though. Yeah. The Grinch to me is like Frozen to Disney. I feel like I see it all the time and I just need to like not for a while. Also, him as a baby freaks me out and like some of like the just like the way that they look. I don't, that sounds terrible. Like some of the
noses?
Who's. Yeah, like I just when I was younger that was scary to me. Yeah, but I support you for liking it. Like now it's like it is visually stunning. And yeah, I love me some Cindy Lou Who, and I like the story, but yeah. I also
Yeah.
knew it was on your list, so I didn't need to mention it at all in mine.
Should you revisit it, it's really good for the humor. As you're older, you're like, they got away with a lot of jokes, and it makes sense that it only has a 53 on Rotten Tomatoes. Because
funny.
adults were like, this is not funny with their kids around, but watching it by themselves are like,
Honestly, if we can survive watching The Incredibles, like when we were younger, not realizing any of their like problems or whatever, that movie was probably fine.
yeah. But that is my number 7.
Nice. Well, Mike, my number 7 is one of many. It is the Santa Claus one. Yeah.
Word.
Honestly, it's a lot lower than I thought it would be, but honestly, at like this and up, banger movies, and I will be watching all of these before, during, and after Christmas. So,
I feel the same. way
Santa
about
Claus
mine.
1, Tim Allen, duh. He's
Scott
literally Santa
Calvin.
Claus to me. And the reason why this one is so low compared to the other two are obviously on this list. It's just because I hate that he like doesn't like it. I mean, that's his origin story, right? He's like, what the heck? I love him when he is Santa though. More than him becoming Santa and everything. So
He was
that's
a
why.
grumpy businessman before that.
Yeah, but I also do like seeing the transformation, and how it happened. And I love me some Curtis. And is Curtis in this one?
I thought
Oh my God, wait.
Curtis and Bernard are both in it, I thought.
I think both of them are, yeah. Bernard, yes, I love Bernard. Love him. So, yeah, and Charlie, oh my gosh. What a clatter, Dad, what a clatter. And I don't love when he finally is accepting of it and everything, how like the people don't believe him and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And the elf like FBI squad, that's so cute. So yeah, a lot of different thoughts rolled into there.
FBI.
Yes, so cute. Anyway, that's my number 7.
Nice.
What's your number 6, Mike?
My number 6 has already been mentioned by Molly. My number 6, Molly, is 2003's Elf starring Will Ferrell.
Came out in 2003. Wow.
Yeah, we're old. It's fine. I'm not gonna get into the plot of that one, but
Y'all know.
there's again a lot of adult humor that shines through as you get older. Like he's legit shopping for lingerie and doesn't know what it is at one scene, and the guy that is allegedly his boss because he's dressed as an elf comes down. He's like, "What are you doing down here?"
I don't love you. I love you. I love you.
There's the mail room where he's putting syrup, quote unquote, in his coffee, and he's like, "I love syrup," and it's like rum, and he's just hammered laying on the mail. And the guy he's talking to is supposed to be 26, and he looks like he's 48. And you're like, I don't
Dang.
like this at all.
Rum and coffee. Dang.
Yeah. I think my favorite joke from that movie, one of them, besides him running into the lockers when she catches him singing along in the shower, there's "Son of a Nutcracker," which is just a notable quote. But my favorite, like, actual quote is when they're like prepping Buddy to leave the North Pole and go to New York and find his dad. And Santa's giving him like the rundown of New York City. And he's like,
And if you see a sign that says peep show, that doesn't mean that they're letting you look at presents before Christmas.
Oh my God. You know what? Good on Santa. For real.
yeah. And the original Rays. Elf is my
Nice.
number 6. For those that haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life? Get on it.
For the rest of them, in my opinion.
Same.
On my
Well,
list.
one of them I can vouch that not a lot I've seen, but it's fine.
Mm.
Yeah, that's my number 6.
That means we're on to my number 6.
Molly, what is your number 6?
Mike, my number 6 is Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas.
Yo, take a hot shower when you get a sunburn.
Oh my gosh. Wait, you've seen it?
Yes.
Oh, this is a Christmas miracle. I just didn't think you would have seen it.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't have to talk about the Polar Express anymore.
In your opinion. I'm going to explain a little plot just in case you haven't seen it. If you know Disney Channel, you know the show Good Luck Charlie. Cutie little family, the Duncan family.
Home screen,
Basically, they
baby.
have a lot of kids. And Teddy, she wants to go somewhere else for Christmas instead. But her parents won't give her the money to get a ticket to go. They're on a flight going to California, right? To see Amy, the mom's parents, who don't really love Amy's husband. He's like a bug exterminator, and I guess, yeah, they just
Bob's
think
bugs be gone.
Yeah, I think they just thought that, she would have married someone more to their standards.
Yeah.
And I guess they accidentally overbooked their flight. And they were like, we'll let anyone who gives up their seat have a free ticket. And then Teddy was like, Teddy is the name of the daughter of Bridget Mendler's character, who is basically the main character of the show. And she was like, hell yeah. And they were like, huh? And so they basically needed to find another way to get there for Christmas because the mom was like, I can't have you do this alone. So I'm going to come with. And basically, their chemistry is really great. They've been on the show for a couple of years now before filming this movie, I think. At least 2 years. So they're really funny together. The mom has she's hilarious, and she has a very pick-me complex, and she used to, be she will always want to be an actress and like a singer. And in the show, that like anything they're interested in, she has some sort of story doing it. So it's just very funny in all their ways of trying to get there for Christmas. My biggest gripe with it is when the rest of the family gets there, certain things go wrong. And I don't love it. Like sometimes I don't watch it because I'm like, ugh, like Jason Dolly's character, PJ, super dumb. And he, goes into the sunlight and uses tanning oil and is, burnt. And then what does Gabe do? Gabe brought like a gaming system, which his grandpa became obsessed with. And in trying to like get him to stop playing it, the grandpa was like, yeah, you're done. And then Bob, his only like thing, like the dad, his only goal was to stop Charlie, the youngest toddler, from touching all the glass stuff. And she did not do that. She didn't break anything, which I was always like, hell yeah. But so basically, because Amy, the mom, wasn't there to put her parents in check, her parents like put the three of them on basic like house arrest. And I hate that. They're like stuck in a room. They totally could have gone out the window, but they didn't even think to do that. And I hate that. And I'm like, your family doesn't do that. Like, what? I don't know. That was just weird to me. And so they were like, we're going to try and ditch this place to go get back to our mom and sibling. And they do escape. And there's a whole thing about that game that comes back, which I love. And then everything's okay. And then, yeah, you find out that she's pregnant as well. The mom with their last kid, which is why, she's always that way. But yeah, it's nice. Honestly, you don't get a lot, I feel, like mother-daughter adventures, and it feels very real, like something that could very much happen. It's not too weird where you're like, okay. Yeah, and the crash outs are totally valid. So great movie. That's my number 6. You know what that means? We're at 5 golden movies. What's your number 5, Mike?
Are you ready for this? My number 5 is Muppet Christmas Carol.
Ooh.
There's a lot of quotable moments. I'm not going to get into it because it's a Christmas Carol, but with Muppets. And
hell yeah.
The funniest part is that Gonzo is narrating as Charles Dickens, and then Rizzo is his companion, and he's like, and I'm just here for the food.
That's so real.
And they have like a lot of one-off like jokes throughout the story, like between narration sets, where it's like they're not hijinks, but like the things they get into while trying to narrate the story. Like lighting the lamps. Rizzo accidentally gets his tail lit on fire by Gonzo while they're lighting the lamps. And he's like, light the lamp, not the rat.
I feel like a lot of Rizzo fans come out of the woodwork. They're all like, yeah, I'm ready to see Rizzo.
He's good
so
in
funny
that.
to me. Yeah. I've never seen it, but I'm going to see it. The reason why, oh my God, I knew it was on your list. And I've actually known about it for a while, obviously. But we might be watching it at a Christmas event this week. So I was like, she wants to see my reaction. I'll just wait. So that's why I haven't seen it yet. So I'm very sorry. But I support you. Always. Muppets, duh. As in, I support you always when it comes to the Muppets, not when Polar Express is number 12. Anyway.
But we're friends, so we support each other always anyway.
I know.
What's your number 5, Molly?
My number 5, Mike, is the Santa Claus 2.
Word?
Now, the only reason I was thinking of this being lower than the first one is because the bad guy in this one, I freaking hate him. And like Tim Allen's voice is so scary.
Oh, the toy Santa?
Yeah. He's uncanny. Like scary. Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
But I love it because I like how an integral part of Santa Claus is his wife. I think that's iconic. They're like, okay, you need to have a wife now. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Otherwise, you can't be Santa.
Yeah. I was just like, like, what is it? Behind every successful man is a strong woman. And I'm like, like, yeah. And Santa's like that too. So period.
And sometimes it's just your son's principle.
Yeah. And I love that. I love how the son is in like that phase and she's like strict and everything. And I love, oh my gosh, when he goes to that event with her, the like teachers thing, and it's like not very fun. And he uses his magic to give them all things that they've always wanted when they were younger. And he gives her like a doll. Oh my gosh. Like in girlhood terms, like, yeah, I'd marry him on the spot. Like, duh. And I just love that. And like, it's so sad though when he tries to tell her and she's like, that's a little crazy. But oh my gosh, obviously it works out because Queen is in the Santa Claus 3 and I love that actress. I think she does lovely in that one and she's lovely in the third one. And I love it because then also it's very funny. It's interesting because in all 3 movies he turns into Santa Claus, but at some point he always comes back to his like human self. You know what I mean? In the first movie, obviously, before he turns into Santa Claus. In the second movie, when he, goes back to try and find a lady. And then in the third one, when, they go back in time and everything. So you get him in different ways too. It's so cute. It is so cute. Anyway, that's my 5. Santa Claus 2.
That was your number 5?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Totally.
Again?
Oh my gosh, wait, are you on your number 4?
I am on my number 4. So my number 4 is 1946's It's a Wonderful Life.
Nice.
It could arguably go lower on the list, but there's a strict duality I have with it that keeps it at number 4. So for those that don't know the movie, it's basically just like the life story of this guy, George Bailey, and the sacrifices he makes for the betterment of everyone else in town before himself, even though he wants to do things for himself. And then by the end, it's Christmas and everything's kind of coming crashing down on him at once. And he debates ending his life, which is not great. And then his guardian angel, Clarence, comes and is like, yo, let me show you what the world would be like if you were never around. And then he sees that the town went to shit and realizes the value he has on the town. And all is well in the end, and it's a really sentimental ending. My duality with this movie is only the third act is Christmas. The first hour and a half, it's his life story, and then Christmas. But the Christmas part is the important part of the movie. But I'll leave it at that.
You'll hear about my thoughts later.
What was your number 4, Molly?
Oh my god, it's my turn again. I was like, wait. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. We're almost done. What the heck? My number 4 is Home Alone 2.
Dang.
I feel like we always joke that with Cassidy that New York is my backyard, like New York City, even though it's not. But I've been there multiple times, obviously. And I think it's more, I'm going to stick with the wondrous and has like the Christmas spirit. I love the toy shop. I love how like the guy that owns the, the place checked him out and like gave him like the turtle doves. And Cassidy and I have turtle doves because we're going to be each other's wives forever. And I love a good toy shop, especially on Christmas. Like who doesn't? And the fact that, goes back to that as well. And the same guys are there and, that one dude Kevin pinching the butt on that girl and then she punches him so good. And just also the fact that he's been able to make it in New York City is crazy. And my pigeon queen at the end coming in clutch. It's good. It's not shocking that she lost her child again. I hate that. It was more shocking the first time in my opinion. He's literally in the house and you don't check. The one gripe I have about both, the whole franchise as a whole is that, his family clearly, his mom maybe cares about him, but, everyone else is kind of just dang. Yeah, I feel like they got what they deserved when they were, in Miami, or I don't know specifically where in Florida, but it was, a rainstorm. I'm like, yeah, you deserve that. You're shit people.
Yeah, both times their holidays got upended and they just stayed in the room that they got to. And they're like, cool, we're just sitting here until someone figures out what to do with Kevin. Yeah.
So...
They get it. They deserve it.
And the whole thing with the hotel staff, that's funny. And that guy really does look like the Grinch. Ugh.
Tim Curry?
Scary man. Is that him? I don't know.
He's the head at the plaza.
Yeah.
He's Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island. So give him a pass.
Oh my gosh. Maybe he's good. He's scary.
A little bit.
Oh my gosh. That means we're at top 3.
Holy Christmas. Molly hates my number 3. Christmas Vacation. It's kind of self-explanatory, but essentially the Griswold family is hosting for Christmas and the in-laws are part of it. And then cousin Eddie shows up with his family and it's kind of like a stick in the spokes and everything falls apart. But by the end, Clark gets the Christmas with his family that he wished he could put together. And it's funny and I have a childhood nostalgia to it that puts it on this list much higher. And you kind of have to grow up with it to appreciate it as much as I do.
Which is what I heard from another friend too. So,
Yes.
and I support you. And that's why
Yeah.
I think Polar Express is higher on my list than yours.
Christmas Vacation is my number 3. We'll get into it later.
Noise. I don't hate it. I still support you. And I hope you support me in saying that my number 3 is Eloise at Christmas time.
Valid for your list. It's not on mine because of how recently I watched it.
Yeah, makes sense. That's all right. I feel that I only saw Eloise a couple of times when I was younger, and it wasn't until I went to Florida and was with Cassidy when we were like, we gotta find it and watch it. And it's on Amazon Prime. And
on YouTube.
so is
For free.
I think it is on YouTube, and I think
It's the
there also is
VHS
like the original, because technically it's like almost like it's Eloise 2, because some of the stuff mentioned in Christmas Time was from the first movie, like the spy set that she got and everything.
Oh.
It's super cute. Love that actress. Love the cast. To face unafraid to the plans that we made.
Am I boring you?
Walking in a winter wonderland. So good. And she's just iconic. And I feel as she's so funny. It does annoy me when she shuts the door. Poor Granny, my poor queen. She can't get a freaking break.
Or putting up decorations every time.
Yeah, but I love the decorations, and I it's so good, and it's like mystery and let's get them, and it always a little bit reminds me of like the Titanic, like in like the way that the hotel looks, and like the bad guy. I don't know, the bad guy, if you're even gonna call him that, he always reminds me of
Brooks
the bad guy from the Titanic. Okay, because in my opinion, like I could look at him, and like someone would be like, his name is Brooks, and I'd be like, yeah, he is. You know what I mean? But it's not. But it could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eloise at Christmas time, she's lovely. I'm gonna watch her at some point this week, next week. And it's like Christmas in like the city as well. So
Respect.
yeah. What's your number 2, Mike?
Oh man. All right. Well,
Oh my god.
it's come to this. We're at the top 2.
Hey Mike.
Hello.
You're the top. You're the Coliseum.
Word.
Get it? Because you
No.
said we're at the top. And you're the top. Were you not in the musical that year?
Which one is it?
Anything goes. 'Cause baby, I'm the bottom, you're the top.
I will note that I was not in any of the musicals. I only did set design.
Oh, damn. Okay, never mind.
So my number 2 is from the 80s.
Whoa.
It airs on TBS 24 hours a day on Christmas Day. This is 1983's A Christmas Story.
Ooh.
I wouldn't say there's a real plot besides following this kid in like the days leading up to Christmas and his aspirations for a Red Ryder. And it is similar to Christmas Vacation, where I have the nostalgia factor of growing up watching it every season with my family. And it's the inverse of Polar Express to me, which is why it's so high, because with each year you start to resonate with the parents as much as you resonate with the kids.
Mhm.
Like, as you get older, you're like, the kids, sure, they were excited to get a gun. Parents were in the right to be like, you're gonna hurt yourself. We're not getting you a gun. And then they get it for him anyway, and he hurts himself.
That's wild.
But it is a very, very, very good movie. And we follow suit with it, actually, in my house, because their Christmas dinner gets ruined by the Bumpus's dogs that run into the house and eat it off the table. And they are forced to resort to a Chinese restaurant where they perform very racist humor, but it's still funny, even though it's dated.
Mm-hmm.
The way we follow suit is, I think it was 3 years ago now, we kind of opted out of going to my grandmother's for Christmas. So now we go to this place on Central Ave in Albany that is really, really good Chinese food. And we go there for Christmas dinner.
Nice. I've never seen A Christmas Story.
You would like it. I wouldn't say love because that's a high word, but you would probably enjoy it.
I don't know. The whole thing about him wanting a gun kind of just threw me off. So
It's the 80s, but like, I think it takes place in the 50s, but it's the 80s that they're filming in.
yeah. Well,
And
I
it's
never
like-
also liked the whole racism. Who knows? Maybe I'll watch it and we'll talk about it.
You should. It's not an assignment, but you should watch it
Yeah.
just because it's a very good Christmas movie.
Cool. I'll consider it. My number 2, Mike, is the Santa Claus 3.
Nice.
So it took me a hot, we'll talk about my number 1, which we both know what it is now. And I think that my number 1 was my number one 10 years ago, and this one technically is my number one now. Like when I think of like putting on a Christmas movie, boom, Santa Claus 3. It always is on anytime I'm at home, and I love it because I'll be like, okay, cool. And then it's kind of like like Harry Potter in a way where like, okay, if I see the third one, then I have to see the second one and the first one. And I'm totally fine with that. And there's only 3 of them. So they're cute in a cute little package. And Mike's going to talk more about it. But basically, Santa's chilling, and your boy Jack Frost, Martin Short, pulls up. Yeah, literally. And he, Santa's going through a little tough time, and, Jack Frost kind of exploits that, and things go down, and one of the best renditions of New York, New York has ever been created. And I thought that was, fun fact, the original because of that movie. I thought it was North Pole. Not New York, New York. So that's funny. And yeah, great movie. I love the way they depict, where Santa's cottage is, like where his toy factory is. I love all the little aspects of it, the outfits, the decor pieces. It's so good. It's so good. And yeah, it's still it's just so good. And I haven't seen, in case if you guys are wondering, there is a show that came out about
the Santa Clauses, yeah.
I probably will watch it at some point. I have not seen that. So anything that I talk about in regards to what Mike has to say about this movie later on has nothing to do with what talks about in that show. But yeah, great movie. You really don't need to see the first 2 to understand it.
Oh,
and I hope that Mike
you don't.
Do you agree or no?
Well, yeah. I read what the first 2 were about, and I was like, all right, so that's where Carol's from. Got it.
Yeah, it's just like Santa has a wife now, and she's like, and what happens? So yeah, and like, well, Mike will talk about it, but there's also, I like how this movie recognizes if Santa is real, that means like Mother Nature is real. That means like the Tooth Fairy is real, and the Easter Bunny is real, and everything. And it's just so Father Time, Sandman, and it's just very nice. And nothing about it truly annoys me. And like sometimes I'll be like in silence, and then I'll hear, I wish I had never been Santa at all. And then be like, Rudolph's mama? Oh my God, it's so good. I've always wanted one of those pens. Come on. Okay, gotta stop. That's my number 2. Okay. Mike, what's your number 1? Wait, did you have any thoughts on mine? I'm going too fast. I'm too excited.
I will share my thoughts on your number 2 later on.
Oh, literally. Okay.
My number 1 has also been previously mentioned by Molly. It became my number 1 yesterday after I rewatched It's a Wonderful Life, and it got moved to number 4.
Ooh.
My number 1 is Home Alone. And
wait, did you not have Home Alone 2 on your list?
My number 1 is Home Alone, and Home Alone 2 by proxy.
And you know what? Yeah, I support that.
Okay.
Continue.
So, Home Alone, we already went over what it's about. First and foremost, I love John Hughes when it comes to movies. Like Ferris Bueller, unforgivably awesome.
Mike?
What?
One thing, real fast. Last week, Boston has a park, kind of like it's like, Central Park. And I went with my friend Kendra to watch the Christmas lights, and we're watching these guys. Like there's a lake, the lake froze over, and we're watching these guys, and we're like, oh my God, they're freaking gonna die. Because like, why would you go stand on this lake? And then this guy comes up and he's like, yeah, those guys are idiots. I look at him. It literally looks like just like Ferris Bueller. And then we were like, oh yeah, that sucks. And I was like, sir, I'm sorry. You look just like Ferris Bueller. Like I literally thought you were talking to me. And then he was like, no way. And they were all like, we get that all the time. That's so crazy. It was magical because he agreed with me, and it wasn't weird. You know what I mean? Like he could have been like, but his girlfriend was like, yeah, that's crazy. And it was like, have a good Christmas. And we were like, oh my God, you too. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Nice.
I had to.
Ferris Bueller, Breakfast Club, John Hughes, winner. John Hughes has a very specific type of comedy, and Home Alone follows suit. It like ramps up the slapstick humor to 110 with the way that Harry and Marv get into shenanigans trying to rob Kevin's house and then trying to kidnap Kevin in the second one, essentially, because they're like, we just got out of jail for what you did to us in the first one, and now we're after you.
Yeah, literally. Scary.
But every time it's on, like, this is the one Christmas movie I watch year round. Like, I've watched it in the heat of August, and I've been like, this movie rules. And there's like so many hidden details as to how Kevin gets left behind. Like when he first pushes Buzz for eating all the cheese pizza, they throw his passport in the garbage, and there's like a quick shot of his passport in the garbage. So then you're like, all right, that's step 1 of they forgot Kevin. Step 2, there was no briefcase prepped for him, so they didn't even think about looking for luggage. 3, he was in the attic bedroom for being a little shithead on the night before. And then the biggest sign that they forgot Kevin, besides his mom yelling Kevin's name, the neighbor is like asking the shuttle drivers, like, do you know that they're going to France? And he's like looking in one of the bags of toys that's in one of the vans, and in the tally count for the heads, she counts his head from behind by accident, thinking it was Kevin.
Yeah.
And then you're like, damn, that was like the perfect setup to Kevin being left alone. And then Kevin has like the turnaround of being a little shit to being like, I need to be a better kid. And it's really good.
Well, even like one of the bad guys, like him being a police officer in the house in the very beginning, like he was like inside watching it all go down and everything.
Harry, yeah, with the gold tooth.
Those two always reminded me of the bad guys from 101 Dalmatians. Same vibe. Just no dead dogs.
But my lasting note for both of these movies before we end our top 12 holiday movies segment. What is Kevin's dad's job that they can afford to live in a house like that and fly everyone to Paris and then just come home like nothing happened?
That is so real. I would like to know too. Because wild.
I also want to know how quickly Kevin cleaned up all the mess from the first movie, because his mom came home Christmas morning. It was Christmas Eve when he set up all the traps, and then he was just like, oh, the house is clean.
And I thought that he slayed, I forgot his name, but the little kid that played him.
Oh, Macaulay Culkin.
There we go.
I like his
Wonderful.
screams. I'm not afraid anymore.
I'm not afraid anymore. Oh my God, his little eyes, and he was like, what's his line where he's like, my parents left me here, or whatever he was like.
I made my family disappear. I like the one where Harry and Marv almost hit him with the van, and he just goes against the bumper.
It's so good.
Or when he's walking home with groceries and they all just fall out of the bag and he just looks at the camera like, bruh.
Oh yeah, so good. He's so little. He's so little.
And then Home Alone 2, this is like a throwaway thing just to wrap it up. But the standout of Home Alone 2 is when he's like luring Harry and Marv into the abandoned apartment that his uncle used to live in. And he's on the roof. And Harry and Marv are on the sidewalk, and he goes, hey, kid.
Nothing would thrill me more greatly than to shoot you.
Yeah. It's crazy how they don't die. Like,
well, Marv should have died because he got electrocuted by a car battery to a metal sink, and like it showed his skeleton.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're like, that dude's dead. But yeah, the worst part of the first Home Alone is stepping on the nail covered in tar. That one's that's always a hard watch, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 1.
The rope on fire in the second one too. Oh, the bricks. Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, talking about going from the bottom to the top, my number one is Polar Express.
I got that from when I said it was my number 12.
I literally couldn't believe it. I'm so annoyed. Cassidy's gonna be listening to this and she's gonna be like, see, I'm not the only one. It's
really okay. I thought Cassidy would be like, Mike's a hater.
No, because she said it wouldn't even have been on her list. Basically for the things that you said. So
my mom's
just in
on
case,
your side, just so Cassidy doesn't feel like we're shut out.
Hell yeah, Michelle. Hell yeah. Okay, so just in case for those of you who haven't seen Polar Express, first of all, go see it. If you're an adult, just try and think of it as if you're a kid. We used to watch it like in elementary school every year, multiple times. So because of that, I don't really see the weird animation. Like I do now, obviously I know, but I don't care because when I was younger, I literally didn't care. It's like for some of Barbie's stuff. Barbie, they used a lot of the same boy faces multiple times and things like that. You don't really care because it's Barbie and it's magical. Bro kind of believes in Christmas. Not really. I think he's just a guy. And
he's getting older and starting to believe less kind of thing.
Yes. And then this whole train pulls up and it's, first of all, a beautiful snow. It's lovely. A beautiful train. Fun fact, guys, I am a history person, and I like love the idea of like locomotives. Like I love trains. Like that's so cool to me. You know what I mean? It's like the
You
Industrial
missed out on it
Revolution.
as a kid, then I used to go.
I
on
know.
all the time.
Dang
Awesome.
it.
It was awesome.
I'm surprised that I was not
again.
Same. I'm surprised that I wasn't like a Thomas the Train girly. You know what I mean? The fact that like yeah.
I was a Thomas the Train boy, but
yeah, the fact that like Hogwarts has a train, you know, it's just like, and it's a huge train, and like, how does no one notice this? And that's like so cool to me. It's just like right there. And then okay, I love Tom Hanks. I love that guy. And so yes, he plays multiple characters in the movie, but in hindsight, I don't freaking care. And so he's like, well, you coming? And then all of the characters on the train, it's all the friends and people. And the most important thing, and like the reason why I have it stayed up here, is because of like its overarching themes, that not everyone believes in Christmas for different things because they don't have the capability to like, you know, have a gift. Like that one kid who doesn't have a lot of money, and he's like, don't really believe in this, and you know what I mean? And how the crucial thing, and I'll talk about this, is one of the songs in there, you know, when Christmas comes to town, and they're all talking about Christmas, and it's just so vulnerable. Like they're kids and they're fully aware of like this experience and why it's special to them, and sharing it with others, knowing that others might not. You know what I mean? They're like, it's just so cutie. And yes, there is that scary part in the middle. But honestly, when I was younger, I thought that me liking the movie, like it not all be perfect, made me like feel like I was like a true movie critic. I was like, I still like this movie, even though it has a little bit of zest. I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, no, just skip over it.
And It's a Wonderful Life. So
yeah, like here's the thing. We're gonna pivot for a second. The movie Sleeping Beauty. I love that movie. I don't love the Kings and their whole like drinking thing. Even now, I skip it. And it's still one of the best movies ever. So, you know, if that scene scares you, skip it. There's literally no point. I like how, you know, there's like that ghost on there. I don't even like the guys that run the train. I don't like his
that guy's awesome.
His beard. It just like every time I think of that, I think of like that hurting. Like, how is that, you know?
Well, yeah, it's
and like, I think when he like, you know, swallows the key, you know, I cringe a little, but it's not that bad. And like when they stop and they're on like the cutie little, you know,
how about when they had to drift a train?
Yeah, when they had to like do that, and then they like see, what is it, the reindeer, or is it like caribou or something? And bro's like, ah! I'm just so cutie. But then when they go to like the North Pole and everything, and they see all the behind the scenes stuff, and you hear the classic,
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
So yeah, so many bangers. The score is amazing. Like the theme of it is amazing. And then Josh Groban sings a song in it. And that is amazing. And I feel like that movie made Josh Groban, like, I mean, he was already great, but that definitely helped. And yeah, I thought it was lovely. And then he gets back, and then he hears the bell. And I also love bells. And you know, and it's special. So even though I don't watch it all the time because I want to preserve its magic, also in 2023, I saw it in theaters and cried at 3 p.m. I would do that again.
It's a Wonderful Life in theaters yesterday, and then they canceled due to technical difficulties. And I said,
I'm so sorry.
Damn. And then the movie, watching it in an apartment, it didn't feel the same. So that's why it dropped a little bit. It's also because I was holding on to the magic of the first time I watched it, kind of like Before Sunrise. And now it's like, okay, it's still good, but
but yeah, it's just like, yeah. So yeah, that's why I had it above all others. Because when I think of like the true Christmas spirit, yes, Santa's in it, but it's not even like, it's not like all about him. And it's like, it's about the experience and just like, you know what I mean? So when I think of like the true Christmas spirit, that's what I think about, is the Polar Express. Yeah, I didn't even mention Hot Chocolate. I love that song. Gets me pumped. I, as someone who does not love hot drinks, such as coffee or tea, I only like hot chocolate. Really? Like, come on, a whole song based off of that. The cup, it looks so good. And like, they are all there just for that is crazy to me. I would be so happy if I was on a train and they gave me a bowl-sized cup of hot chocolate. Are you kidding me? Like, absolutely. And they're like tap dancing. And in college, I choreographed a dance to the song, tap dance. It was in theory awesome. And yeah, so and Rockin' on Top of the World. So they have slow
Steven
songs.
Tyler.
They have as a now jazz singer, that song like really did it because I was like, you know what I mean? Okay, you go,
So
Mike.
you do know "Rockin' on Top of the World" is Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, right?
Which makes it
Okay,
even
good.
better, I think.
Yeah.
He's a little elf. Elves are a little creepy, but I also like that it's not like all perfect. It's way more like realistic, I think. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes
A
sense.
little bit. It's idyllic for kids, but as you grow up, you're like, okay, this is what kids envision.
Mhm.
Here we only got one rule.
Never ever let it go.
Keep it boiling in a pot. Soon back.
So good. You know what? Macaroni in a pot, hot chocolate. Soon you
Yeah.
put it in the pot.
Cardi B ain't
That
got shit on Tom Hanks.
Anyway, how do you feel, Mike?
I
How
feel
do you feel
good.
about my
I
ranking?
still feel attacked for having my first movie be this, and then you're like, all right, we're done here.
Now you know why.
Don't look at me all bummed out. We have valid reasons.
I'm not bummed. I mean, you know, I didn't know some of those movies, but I liked them based off of the plot. So, you know, I'm pleased. And the fact that you knew Good Luck Charlie honestly really made up for most of that. So I'm pleased.
Yeah, I saw that when it aired, not like a rerun.
That's
I was a
awesome.
Good Luck Charlie kid. Cool.
Okay, before we move on, I did want to mention for those of you who are like, where's Charlie Brown Christmas? Fun fact, I've actually never seen it. And if I have, it was at school and I don't remember. And I feel very bad
That's
about
good.
that because I love them and they're very cutie. And I love, you know, the little theme. So I'm very sorry. Number 2, for any of you guys out there who are like, I don't know if you know what Rise of the Guardians is. I don't consider that a Christmas movie. I guess it takes place in like Easter and everything. And because I had to look that up and then I was like, okay. A friend last night pointed out that, you know, is Alvin and the Chipmunks a Christmas movie? And maybe if Alvin and the Chipmunks was a standalone movie, like it didn't have a second, third, or fourth, I would say yes. But because it's not, you know what I mean? And Christmas, it's not pivotal to the story. In my opinion, no, which is why Alvin and the Chipmunks is not on this list. And same with Paul Blart, in my opinion, I didn't think it would be. If now knowing that I guess it could be, that might have moved some stuff around, but it still wouldn't have been higher than a 7 compared to my other Christmas stuff. The last thing I wanted to say, because these were technically like holiday Christmas movies, if we were including New Year's into the mix for this or our music, definitely in the top 4 would have been a movie called New Year's Eve. It's kind of like Valentine's Day. Have you ever seen that? Bunch of different stories
Love
happening.
Actually,
Yeah.
which I
But
still
it's
have
so
to
much
watch,
better.
but that one,
It's so much better though, and everyone has their own thoughts about New Year's and everything. And mine, like, if you watch this movie, you get such a bigger appreciation for it and for living, and you know, and I love it. So I did want to give that movie New Year's Eve a shout out. Go watch it during New Year's Eve.
so cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Word. Well, Molly,
On the 12th day of Christmas, Molly gave to Mike Barbie in the Nutcracker, Drake and Josh, the movie, Klaus from Netflix, Home Alone 1, Elf, Santa Claus 1, Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas, the Santa Claus 2, Home Alone 2, Eloise at Christmas Time, the Santa Claus 3, and Polar Express, even though it's at the bottom of Mike's list.
thank you for that.
You're
You've
welcome.
changed my soul, and Polar Express is now number 11, maybe.
I did that off the cuff too. I'm so cool.
That is respectable and commendable.
Thank you. Okay.
And with that, we wrap this segment of the 4M holiday special. We'll be right back to do our Christmas song rankings, our reviews, and wrapping it up. I have something really, really cool to show you that might validate everything I just said in my 12 movies.
Is that your little bell?
It's the Polar Express bill that we got when I was like 6.
I'm so jealous. And who knew you'd be ringing it on your podcast?
And I can hear it. So what does that mean?
I can't. Can you do a little?
Damn, you don't believe in Santa. That's fine.
I freaking do. Good job.
Don't you dare say that shit about me.
Oh my gosh. Well, Mike, movies was very exciting.
Yes,
But-
it was.
Something that's arguably just as big, if not bigger,
Mhm.
than iconic Christmas movies would be music.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control. Let's go.
And as Madonna says, music makes the people come together. So Mike and I have prepared our top 12 Christmas songs. Technically, I have 13 because something went wrong. I will explain.
Damn.
For this, I am going to go first, so I'm just going to give my 12 and 13 at the same time. I have a disclaimer before I start with my list. I could have easily done top 30. Like, this was so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Dare I say a little bit harder than the summer playlist. And
Much harder
because
than
of
the
this,
summer playlist.
because of this, I tried to choose only one song from each relevant album that it's from, if that makes sense. Technically, there is one exception to represent my overall thoughts. So I'll probably be like, this is this song, and it's from this album. Like, go listen to this album, because we didn't want to do like a top albums. So I love most classic Christmas and holiday tunes in general. There's so many that you can't even put them in like top 13. Like, just like the song itself, doesn't matter who it's by. Like, you know, like Jingle Bell Rock or Let It Snow or Santa's Coming into Town. Like, I love all of those. I guess Last Christmas can be a little bit overplayed, and All I Want for Christmas Is You can be overplayed a little, but it depends on the rendition of sorts. You know what I mean? But other than that, all of them slap. So, and overall, my playlist is a Christmas vibe instead of like a winter holiday season vibe. And I did in fact see Mike's list. It was randomized, so I didn't know the order, just to see, you know, if he had any that I didn't know, so I could, you know, get to know them before this. But because of this, I did cut some of mine or change mine, and I actually agree with a lot of his. And obviously, I'll say that.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so because of that, the first song that I wanted to mention that technically isn't a part of the list, but it is Marshmallow World, but specifically the Cheetah Girls version. Becky, if you're listening, if you are a listener of the podcast, basically in the beginning of the song, it's little kids talking about their family traditions, and this little girl goes, "I like cookies." And I used to, that was like my vocal stem before vocal stems were like a thing. I love that. And we did like a Marshmallow World dance to that for dance, and so like I always liked it, and I'd be like, "I like cookies." It's a super cute version of the song as well. One of many bangers from this album, Cheetah-Licious Christmas, that came out in 2005. It's the second of only 2 songs from the same album on this list. So, but technically my number 12, which I don't think Mike has listened to, and if you have, Mike, please let me know. It is similar to Polar Express, in which I can't listen to it too often because I get very sentimental. It's a very core Christmas spirit thing. It is What My Father Did on Christmas Eve from the incredible singing Christmas Tree, which is an album by VeggieTales that came out in 2005.
I have not heard that one.
No, I assume not. That's okay. I assume not. This girl, I think she's a human. I don't think she's a veggie. Her voice is lovely. It's almost like an R&B gospel. And she's talking about how her dad strongly like believes in Christmas spirit. Like the chorus is like, "Daddy sang to me his favorite carol." And she's like, every day he believed, he believed. And so like, yeah, that's what he would do, is he would sing Christmas carols on Christmas Eve. And it's just wholesome. And I was thinking my dad, I think there has to be some sort of connection there. Which is funny because he doesn't even really sing. But yeah, I just think about like family vibes, and it just, so yeah, I wanted her to be mentioned on this list. So
respect.
Thank you.
All right. So listeners, we had a bit of a hiccup right before recording. So
Yeah,
I had a
like
top 10 with 2 honorable mentions, which weren't going to be in my top 12 rankings once we switched to that idea. So I have 2 honorable mentions, and then I put 2 new ones into my ranking of the top 12. First honorable mention, Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. One of my dad's favorite Christmas songs. It's good.
Oh, is it the bah humbug? That's
Yes.
my birthday holiday.
Yeah. Go to the only 24-hour grocery.
That's a great song.
That's my first honorable mention, and I'm glad Molly caught what I was trying to say, because I don't know how else to explain it. So that's my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention, Molly's going to turn her microphone on and scream into it out of joy. She knows exactly what I'm about to say based on the randomized list that I gave her.
I don't.
All right. Well, my other honorable mention, which is not in my 12 ranked, but it is one that should be noted because it is good. Santa Does Not Know You Like I Do, Sabrina Carpenter.
Santa doesn't know you like I do. Tell him, Mike.
I listened to the album by request, not as an assignment, because I knew Buy Me Presents already. In light of that, I also see why Molly likes Is It New Year's Yet, because it has a disco feel.
I'm sick and tired of all this holidays. Well, it's also like the idea of like, just like get it fucking over with. It's so good.
It's the
Is
25th,
it
oh my lord.
Yes, it's the 25th. I wish it was the first. And throw them in the fireplace and watch them burn. It's so fucking funny. I'm a gift. Look what God made me. Never get what's on my list. Fruitcake just makes me sick. Yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
It would be a stronger honorable mention if the last 40 seconds weren't part of the song. When I was listening to it, I was like, I don't need the talking part. Like, the song is good on its own.
Interesting. Have you seen her Christmas special?
No. I've seen the last Christmas duet with Chapel Roan, though.
Very nice.
So I'm not uncultured. I'm just mildly cultured. All right, so that was my 2 honorable mentions. So now I'm on to my number 12, and then we're going to return to the back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
My number 12 is considered a Christmas classic. It's older, but not like super old. This is The Man with the Bag by K Star.
Such a good song.
It came on Spotify the other day, and it wasn't on my list, and I was like, what am I doing? I had to put it back on. I was like, all right. We're going to fix that. Dear Mr. Santa.
Now you traveled away. Everybody's right with a bag. It's Christmas. It's also just the melody is like.
It's very catchy. It's kind of jazz and soul feel, but it's kind of poppy at the same time.
And the he'll be here.
We wait through the year.
I almost sound like a Coco. While you're here, shout out Becky again, because that was another song that we would dance to in the holiday season, and I love that song. So, period, Mike.
Word. Yeah, Man with the Bag, K Star. That is my number 12.
That's awesome.
Molly, what's your number 11?
Well, Mike, you know, when you think of Christmas, you think of certain artists who like they're great already, but like Christmas is their bread and butter. And one of those artists, in my opinion, at least, is Miss Ma'am Kelly Clarkson. And I needed one of her songs to be on this list. And I decided to go through this one instead. And this song is Santa Can't You Hear Me, which she sang with Ariana Grande, and it came out in 2021. So good. And you're like, what about Underneath the Tree? I think it's a banger, but it's overplayed, and there's no... Yeah, it's overplayed, but there's also no harmonies. Like her and Ariana's voice so well, and they both are each other's match, in my opinion. And what about Ariana Grande's Santa Tell Me? I just think that Santa Tell Me just sounds like all her other songs, and it's just there's something about this one, you know what I mean? And when they sang it live on her show, it's just it was so special and iconic, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that it's a great song, and I needed at least something by Kelly to be on here, so I chose this one.
Word.
So that's it.
My number 11. Oh, man. This one is one that's also overplayed on the radio, but it's really good. This is Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Correct. He also sang this song called Born to Run. I only said that because I know Molly would do that.
I was going to do it regardless.
Well, thank you. All right. Well.
Woo! Pre-concert, guys.
Yeah, the best part is that this song wasn't even on an album. It was at a live concert he did for a college in, I think it was Long Island.
Wow.
And they had like the live recording of it, and that's what made it big on the radio. And like the opening is funny because he's just talking to the musicians, but it is a good song. As Molly did, it's got the iconic Springsteen Santa Claus coming to town. Yeah, it's like he hit pause, but like the sound kept going. He was like, Santa.
Yeah, it's like a horn.
Yeah, and then I heard it all the time when I worked at a bakery with holiday radio on all the time.
Hmm.
So it's got like that nostalgia factor to it, but a lot of these songs will have that same reason. But Spotify broadened my horizon a little bit with these. But that is in fact my number 11.
Nice.
What's yours? Number 10. Oh my god.
I know. And this one has been moved around a lot because so the other reason why I technically had 13 is because I woke up today and remembered a banger existed, and I think that banger is above this one, which is crazy because this one's been on my mind a lot. Buy Me Presents by Sabrina Carpenter. I personally think that this one is a good overall pick from that album if we're
It has
specifically
a more
talking.
festive feel.
Mm-hmm. And it's like more playful banter, like you drop every other ho 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 and put me on top. Like it's just just cute. And I got no chance, babe, if you. It's like it's nice to sing.
She threatens to fuck Santa.
Yeah, basically. It's just funny. It's just like it's like cutie, buy me presents, but it's also like
The first song I knew from the album.
Yeah, I kept my cool when you said that earlier too. I was like, don't let him know. I do think it's wild that this song is right before Santa Doesn't Know You Like I Do. So it's kind of like this song, she's like, oh my God, like if you didn't know her or whatever, you'd be like, oh, she's kind of like a bad person. Then it's like, oh, Santa doesn't know you like she does. You know what I mean? So they kind of like counteract those vibes. So yeah, that was my number 10. What's your number 10, Mike?
My number 10, I think they were your number 1 on Classic Rock in season 1. This is Thank God It's Christmas by Queen.
They have a Christmas song?
Oh, yes, they do. That was one of the new additions when I had to add 2 in.
Nice.
But it is good.
Shout out Brian May. As always, we love you.
Astrophysicist.
I'm literally actually doing a presentation on the band for one of my finals, so...
King, but Queen, technically.
Yeah, that's funny. My number 9 is It's Not Christmas Without You from Victorious. This is the song that I woke up this morning and was like, it's so good. Liz Gillies and Ariana Grande, their voice, and then Leon Thomas comes in at the end. It's so good. I used to be obsessed with it actually, which probably makes sense as to why like it kind of left for a moment. Oh my God, the 3-part harmony is special day. Like, oh yeah, it's so good. So I thought it was gonna be, I originally had it at like 11, and then I was like, you know what? In its prime when I loved it, yeah, it was higher than everything else before that. So and it needed to be there. So yep, that's it. You should look it up. So good. What's your number 9, Mike?
My number 9 is another older band, but it's from the 90s with the version that they released. This is the Beach Boys, Little Saint Nick.
No, I took this off my list once I saw it was on yours, actually.
Damn. Song rules.
Slaps, though. Yeah.
It is very
so
good.
good.
I saw the Beach Boys in concert last May, but they didn't play it. They did play like every other heater, and I was screaming along. And my friends Dylan and Joe,
I know them by association.
They witnessed me vocal frying because I was like, the Beach Boys. Like Kokomo, word for word, belting at the fence. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I support you.
Thank you. All right, yeah, that was my number 9.
That means we're at number 8 already.
Yep.
My number 8. I love this song. And then I was like, I have to choose a version. And then I was like, there's only one. And it's This Christmas, but Christina Aguilera's version. I think it was done in like 2015. I was reminded of this tune when we made a jazz version in our seminar class last week. He had us like play it and everything. And I was like, this song is a banger. And then I'm thinking like, I loved Christina's version when I was younger. Just the runs and the power. So good. I always remember the fireside is blazing bright. A killing night. And this Christmas. Oh my God. So easy to sing too. It's just, come on. Classic.
Word. I did listen to it like 2 nights ago on Spotify.
Yes. What's your number 8?
My number 8. I didn't know if this one was going to be a shock when you saw my randomized list. This one is Christmas Without You by Ava Max. It's a newer song. It's from like 2021.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but I support you.
I'm going to send you the link when this is over.
Cool.
What is your number 7?
7. Well, I said we would talk about it again, and here we are. My number 7 is When Christmas Comes to Town from the amazing movie Polar Express.
Yes.
I know what you're asking yourself, Molly, why not Hot Chocolate or Rockin' on Top of the World or the main theme or Believe? Besides one of those, I feel that this one rounds out the true meaning of Christmas. The kids themselves are singing the song, and like the back of like the train, like on the Northern Lights, it's just the setup, and it's also just a beautiful song. I love when kids are awesome and grateful and self-aware, and that's what this is. So yeah.
Very nice.
No one will be sleeping on the night of Christmas Eve. It just sounds so like ooh too. The sun is away.
Nice, dude.
And then also like while they're singing and you hear like the I just got chills. Mike, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is considered another Christmas classic. And we're going to talk about Andy here. Because this is Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Andy Williams.
Would have been on my list if it wasn't on yours.
Dang. It's very good. It's one of those songs that as soon as it comes on, you're like, yo, it's Christmas. There is a sketch on Saturday Night Live where Will Ferrell is standing on like a rotating circle podium, and he's supposed to be like impersonating a vocal performer. I forget who. And it's like their holiday special when they're doing it. And he's singing this song, and the podium starts to speed up as part of the sketch. And he's like halfway through the song, he stops and he's like, it's speeding up a little bit too much. And he keeps trying to sing, and he's like, I'm gonna puke, and like keeps doing it. And there's like a visible clear pipe sticking out of the wrist of his sweater. He's like, as he spins around.
Oh my god.
Watching that once a year, you're like, yeah, it's Christmas, man.
I have not seen that, but puke, even fake puke, freaks me out. So, but
it looks very, very fake, but it's funny.
But I still support you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Molly, what is your number 6?
My number 6, I don't think you've watched the show. They've never had a standalone movie because I think it's a little past your Disney Channel peak. But it's Christmas Soul by Austin Moon, aka Ross Lynch. Came out in 2012.
Correct. I have not heard it.
Yeah. It was probably on like a Disney Channel like Fall Holidays album, but it's so good. The absolute banger of the end of the chorus. We got that reindeer kind of cheer, Santa's flying over here, all the way from the North Pole. Oh, that alone is a banger. It's so good.
I only know one song by Ross Lynch, and that is Heard It on the Radio.
That's a great song too. Austin Alley's music is underrated. It gets you more pumped up. You're like, yeah, Christmas. Mike, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is a song everybody and their mothers know when it comes to Christmas time. My dad whines that it's overplayed. In college, said this was my number 1 Christmas song at the time, but things have changed.
Tell me, baby,
Wham's Last Christmas.
I was like, it's gotta be that.
Yeah, Last Christmas by Wham. You can't go wrong with it. Sure, it's overplayed, but every time it plays, you're like, yeah.
So good. I support you. I thought it'd be higher. Face of a lover with a fire in his heart.
A man undercover, 'cause you tore me apart.
Yeah, slaps.
Ooh.
So good. I support you.
Yeah. That's my number 6.
You know what that means?
5.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
My number 5, to get us into the classic Christmas moment. Oh my goodness. I feel that my top 5 is like absolute bangers. Like you literally cannot have Christmas without listening to these 5 songs. Point blank, period. I feel very strongly about that. With that being said, my number 5 is the Christmas song, I guess, Merry Christmas to You by Nat King Cole.
Oh, chestnut.
Roasting on an open fire. His voice, the strings, it's just so good. His voice is so classic, a lovely holiday voice. And you hear it and you're just like, yeah.
And then there's the sick soft piano exit.
Merry Christmas to you. Boom, 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 boom. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. right? Come on. So good.
Mhm. I agree. It's not on my list, but I do feel exactly the way you feel about it. Just because
Cool.
Nat King Cole and like Ella Fitzgerald both should be
Mhm.
on my list, but they're not.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, dangling, do. Yeah.
Correct. I have a fun fact about my upcoming one, but not this. My number 5 wasn't on my list until I added it right before recording. This is the other of the
Whoa.
2 revisions that were added. This is 1984's Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid. Do 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 do. Song go crazy.
Sounds like it. I'm getting hype. So
It's a bummer song, but it's good because it's about kids starving in Africa, and they're like, "Do they know it's Christmas?" But like, it's a song to raise awareness.
my number 4 is the second of 2 songs from the same album on this list. And it is the reason why I wanted you to listen to this album until I changed my mind to prioritize Eloise at Christmas time instead. Fun fact. And it is 5 More Days Till Christmas from a Cheetah-licious Christmas album.
I don't know it.
2005, one of many bangers. And you know, like you always talk about like 12 days of Christmas, or like, you know, like Advent's always like 25 days or whatever. This is 5 more days. And it's
Destiny's
so
Child
good.
did 8 days.
Cause only 5 more days and I can't wait. It's almost Christmas time. In my opinion, absolute banger and should be on the radio. If not their version, other people's. It's so good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more days all around the world. Oh, like come on. It's so good. It is so good. And it makes me like December 20th even more because it's like, oh my God, 5 more days. Ah! You know?
Yeah.
Only 5 more nights to Santa, Santa. Oh my God. Mike, what is your number 4?
Oh, for sure. Let me tell you my number 4.
Ooh,
Let
what
me
a
tell
rhyme.
you, my number 4 is a rap song.
Damn.
It is one that I know all of the words to and will sing every time it comes on. This is Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. It was December 21st with Hollis at the door. It's very good.
Mike, give us a little more. Give us a little more.
Oh, man. I mean, the chorus is the part everyone knows.
What is it?
Man, you're making me
Please.
do this.
Please.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuffing macaroni and cheese, and Santa puts gifts on the Christmas trees. It rules. It's really good.
That's awesome.
I know all of the words. It's one of those songs that I hear and I go, you know, if Molly and I ever did karaoke like we aspire,
That would
I
be
would
so
kill.
good. I'd be on the floor. Oh my gosh. We gotta do. Dude, what are you doing next week?
Christmas.
We're going out. Oh my God. That'd be so good. Okay, whatever. Sorry. We'll talk about this later. Mike, I love that.
Thank you.
This is amazing. That should be your number 1. That's
It's-
awesome.
It's also my dad's favorite, or one of.
That's lovely. Wow, I can't believe we have to still keep going after that. What a world.
Number 3.
Number 3.
3. Pick number 3, my lord.
This originally wasn't going to be on my list. Then I was like, it's still a song. Like, just because it's not a vocal tune, it's still a song. So I was like, okay. It was 1 and then it got moved. But I think she's lovely where she is. And this is Sleigh Ride, but literally any orchestral or wind ensemble version. So classic, slapstick, you know, trumpet being a horse, that sort of vibe. In high school, we played this at the end of semester, you know, concert. They would invite back alumni. I only got to do it once and then COVID. So that was really disappointing because like that was the first time me and my sister, you know, she came and we played it as alumni together. It was lovely. So I always associate Sleigh Ride with that. I think I played third trumpet on that. And well, because you know, like the melody is like because the second time around it gets a little jazzier and that's super cool. They don't have a lot in, you know, just regular Sleigh Ride, you know, singing stuff.
Yeah.
And then like and first of all, low brass, shout out low brass, because they had to go classic. But for me, my part was always so difficult because it was so close to the melody, but it wasn't. So it was always like so difficult. But I loved it when it hit. Oh my gosh. Like I really appreciated that song even more for its intricacies. But this is also just a shout out to Sleigh Ride in general. Like what is it? It's the Ronettes, you know, jingle-ling-a-ling-a-ding dong ding. Like classic. That's great too. Ah, cheeks on a could be a good away. Like duh. It's just lovely. And this is also a year-round song for me. She's just cutie, and I can't imagine the holiday season without her. Giddy up, giddy up. Or even what is it? Yeah, Ella's version, Giddy Up, let's go. This on your head. Yeah.
It is a very good song. Have you heard the version by Fun?
No.
It's good.
Cool. Nickelodeon also has a version as well, and that one's great.
True. Nickelodeon has a lot of good Christmas songs. Like Don't Be a Jerk, It's Christmas from SpongeBob. Come on, man.
That's so funny.
It's classic. Or just Santa's coming tonight. Santa's coming tonight.
What's your number 3, Mike?
I would like to preface my top 3 are all featured in movies that we mentioned. I'm going to start with my number 3, which I do have a fun fact about. My number 3 is Brenda Lee, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Is that the same version that Joanne sings?
Maybe. Rockin' around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Ba-do-do-do-do. Song rocks. We're bringing her back.
We're bringing it back. That's the exact song that she sings.
Yeah, good.
Can you hear it? This one, right?
Yeah.
She is so cute. I love her. Not to take over your number 3, but the saxophone solo in that, right? So good.
So I have two fun facts for this song specifically. So first fun fact. So this song tops the list of top 50 songs based on dopamine response with the holiday season. That song's like number 1.
Hell yeah.
Based on like some scientific study that came out this year. And they're like, as of 2025, Brenda Lee, it just gets everybody going when it's Christmas.
And you know what? Period, Brenda.
Now I ask you, how old are we?
24, 25.
Brenda Lee was 13 when she recorded that.
No.
Yes.
No way.
I found out on the radio at the same time that it was number 1 on the study. They were like, and also, she was only 13. And I was like, all right, what am I doing with my life?
Fuck, I thought Brenda was my friend, but I'm not sure. Is she still alive?
I think so. She's still performing, doing small
We got to get her on.
Be like, yo, you started when you were 13. Tell us how you did that.
And be like, did you know that this, by the way, guys,
I have this tree named Joanne.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I don't know if we're going to put it in or not, but I have this Christmas tree, love my life. Her name is Joanne. She sings, and she sings that exact same song. Should I be like, did you get the rights to this for them to put it in her? Could you imagine? She was like, no, gimme. I've been like, no.
No, all Joannes must be recalled.
That's crazy.
But the fact that she was 13 when I learned that, and I was like, oh, I was like,
yeah, wow.
I'm going 26.
Nah, we're still.
But she knew what she was doing because it's number 1 in dopamine. So
yeah, literally, good job, 13-year-old Brenda.
Yeah. So what's your number 2?
You know, Andy Williams, man. I only knew Andy Williams for It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And then also Happy Holidays, which it killed me not to put that one in this one because it's so good. It's the holiday season. Because another song from that same Christmas album came to light when I lived in Florida in 2023. And it's called Kay Thompson's Jingle Bells. And
jingling, jing.
It's so good, and it gets you so pumped. And have you ever heard it, Mike?
I think so. I was definitely performing the wrong song when I just did that.
You were. That's okay.
I was doing Sleigh Ride by Andy Williams.
And there's also, I think it's the drums, definitely so good. It's just fast, and then there's like it switches. It's almost like the song has different movements, and it starts off with Jingle Bells. And then his whole like, old Saint Nick was riding through the sky. Should have seen those reindeer fly. Switch keys there, but and then at the end's like, bring out the bells, it's holiday season. Oh my god. His backup singers, it's so good. And then it goes back to the original and then it ends. And the best part is that I can't believe I'm sharing this. When it ends, and it's like on a one-horse open sleigh. There's a little train horn.
Mhm.
And then you can hear like the chug of the train. And so if this is the tempo, the train is like, you know what I mean? And everyone's going like Christmas jingle bells. And so like whenever I hear it and I'm like walking somewhere or driving somewhere, I'm always like, sleigh, Christmas jingle bells, jingle bells. I'm like, yeah, like I sway back and forth because I'm like, oh, like it just makes me feel so pumped. Like now I'm on this train, jingling jingle bells, but I'm not. But like I am, I could be. You know what I mean? Christmas jingle bells, jingle bells, and I'm always like, you know what I mean? Like when a song makes you head bop, but it's a little too fast, so it's surprising. But like you're keeping that momentum because you're like, yeah, Christmas jingle bells. I hope that made sense. The only reason why this one is number 2 instead of 1 is because my number 1 has been number 1 for a very long time. So.
Word. My question to you about this Andy Williams Jingle Bells train outro. Have you considered crossfading in the Polar Express theme song where it starts with the train?
Oh my god! Jingle bells. All right, guys, I got something really important to do.
I'm just glad I brought that up to you. It's a magic car that's on a rail flying through the snow.
We'll get there, we'll see. Yeah, we'll arrive with a bang, 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 boom, 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 laughing all the way. Oh, it's so good. And for some reason, like I think of train, I'm like, yes. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Nice.
I'm so pleased.
Well, I hope you crossfade it and it's all your dreams and aspirations in one.
Thank you. Mike, what is your number 2?
So it's a good thing we're talking about that song with the train intro, because my number 2 is from the Polar Express to save all of my previous shaming.
I almost forgot about it. I'm surprised it's this high up on your list, and yet the movie it's from, it's not.
Yeah, as much as Polar Express is my number 12, Believe by Josh Groban is my number 2 because the song is just so goddamn good. If I had better vocal range, I would perform it in karaoke because I do know the words and I fumble it in the car all the time, but that's fine. Like, I get that it's the end credits to the Polar Express, which kind of makes it funnier that it's this high because it's the end of the movie.
It's so much more, though.
Yeah,
Actually, that is fucking funny.
And the song appeals to the adult aspect of the Polar Express where it's like, oh, the magic's gone. It comes back on Christmas Day, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, and it doesn't say what you have to believe in. It's just, yo, just be more Christmas spirit, motherfucker. And you're like, all right.
Just believe.
I also like the piano outro.
No, and Josh Groban, a lovely voice. Josh Groban, we haven't talked about you enough on here. I love you.
Raise me up, dude.
You raise me up. I also love, this is random, but I love him and Michael Bublé together. Their voices are so distinct, and they did like this really cutie performance one time together, and #never forget. Love them.
What about his song with the live action Beauty and the Beast?
Both versions of Evermore were lovely, in my opinion.
It's one of the few Disney songs that are like from live action remakes that I'm like learning the words to that.
I also always love that one of the ways that he got recognized was, I forgot his name, but this I guess famous singer was supposed to sing The Prayer with Celine Dion and then couldn't. And then he was like, there's this one kid that I know that can do it though. And it was Josh Groban. And like he was like freaking the fuck out, but then he was amazing. And like I guess Celine like just knew that he would be big.
Yeah.
And
he's also a decent actor in the few things I've seen him in.
Well, yeah. He just seems like a cutie guy. I should read up on him. What's he doing? Josh, what are you doing?
He's plotting to make the ultimate Christmas album.
Lead us to a place.
Uh,
Honestly, I truly think he should collab with Bublé and just, oh my God.
his
Killer.
rendition of First Noel, my mom used to like blare it in the car when we were kids. For how long he holds the Noel note.
I wonder, I haven't heard if he's had to have done Oh Holy Night.
He
That
did.
must be amazing as well.
Same album.
Oh, night divine.
Yeah, exactly. Josh Groban, Believe. Number 2. I have a different Believe Ted Lasso tattoo and poster on my wall. And everyone thinks, yo, is your tattoo from the Polar Express? And I go, shut up.
Really?
What's your
You know
number
what-
one?
You know what time it is?
It's number 1 time.
It's giving. On the 12th day of Christmas, Molly gave to me what my father did on Christmas Eve. Santa, can't you hear me? Buy me presents. It's not Christmas without you. This Christmas, when Christmas comes to town, Christmas, oh, the Christmas song. 5 more days till Christmas sleigh ride. Kay Thompson's Jingle Bells and Oh Santa by Mariah Carey. Yes, even though it is still by what some people are calling the Queen of Christmas, it is not All I Want for Christmas Is You.
I hear the
It is-
chimes and I lose my shit when that comes on, and not in a good way.
It sucks because it is a great song, but it is overplayed. It's so overplayed. If we all like stopped thinking about All I Want for Christmas Is You for like 3 years, it would come back even bigger. I swear. Trust me on that, you guys, because ugh.
I have one
But-
sidebar before you continue your explanation on Oh Santa.
Okay.
Remember
Oh,
when
Santa.
she was supposed to sing All I Want for Christmas Is You at the New Year's special and got caught lip syncing and everyone dogged her for it?
Oh, when was that?
That was a few years ago.
Yeah, well, I heard she's got some things going on. In my opinion, I don't think she sings live anymore. I don't know. It doesn't look like it. She has a Christmas special and I caught it on live yesterday and I don't know. But I heard that she might have health problems and stuff and I don't know. But
Lord. Well,
so
they caught her lip syncing and everyone was like, hey, yo, you're fake. And then
yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, my biggest gripe about lip syncing is that Tate McRae lip syncs all the time and no one cares. And I hate that. And everyone's like, but she deserves to be big. And I'm like, no, she can't sing live. Anyway, thank you for that note, Mike. That's wild. Oh Santa by Mariah Carey, in my opinion, is her best Christmas song. It is from her second Christmas album that came out in 2010. There's also a recent version of it with Ariana Grande and Jennifer Hudson, which made it gain some more popularity again. When I hear it out, that's the version I hear it with, which is great because I mean 3-part harmony in some places and obviously Jennifer Hudson and Ariana Grande, but so good. When it literally starts like, oh Santa, come and make it mine this Christmas. It's just so good. It's a year-round song. My siblings and my parents will tell you that this song annoyed the shit out of them because literally like if I could twerk, that's what I would try to do. Santa, come and make it mine this Christmas, man. Oh Santa, like duh. It's so good. It's so good. I can't even guys, you just gotta listen to it. If you get this letter, would you help me out? And it really helps addiction. Like one part is like, you can scoop them up and scoop them right down my chimney. Another part is like, and it's amazing that I bet that you can bring me back my baby. And then obviously she does whistle tones. Love it. And then the addition of Ariana and Jennifer Hudson doing the harmony on top of that is insane. And it's just so good. Get pumped for Christmas. Santa, we love you, bro. Amazingness. And that's why that's my number 1. I did want to mention another song from that album. That album is great. I actually listened to it in full for the first time this month. And another song from that album, which I did know about before this listen, was When Christmas Comes. That's a great song as well. It's not on this list, though, because honestly, it's very R&B. I'm like, you almost don't realize it's like Christmassy. Because like when I think about it sometimes, I'm like, oh, because she's just talking about like winter and stuff. And then she's like, because it's Christmas time. That melody is gorgeous, too. Better than ever. And I always remember that. She like opens up there. It's so impressive to me. Oh my God. So yeah, just listen to that whole album. But Oh Santa is a banger. I'm
You
glad
know
that it's
it.
getting the recognition it deserves.
I do know that song. I'm mildly cultured, guys. Don't forget.
Let's go.
Molly knows my number 1.
Molly actually forgot in this moment. So
my number 1 is not on the radio much. She knows it. She might not know that she knows it. It's in Home Alone 2. This is All Alone on Christmas by Darlene Love. It's the song that plays when he first gets to Manhattan and he's like on the World Trade Center and everything. It's not a sad song. It's reaffirming, if anything.
ooh, Oh, yeah, okay. I support you.
It's very good. For those that don't know it, it's a lesser played song on the radio. You might not hear it at all on the radio. It's in Home Alone 2, not from. It's really good. Darlene Love is known for her other Christmas songs a lot more, but I did play this song in the car yesterday with my friend group, and they were all like, yo, why isn't this on the radio more often? This shit slaps. The premise of the song, it's about like getting older and being, things have changed as you get older and like what it means to be Christmas and everything. The second verse is, do you remember sleigh riding in the snow? Visions of sugar plums have disappeared. Things are different since you've been here last. Childhood dreaming's a thing of the past. And then the chorus of the song is, nobody ought to be alone on Christmas. And the performer, Darlene Love, the person she's portraying in the song, is asking, like, where do lonely hearts go on Christmas? Because nobody deserves to be alone.
Dang.
And it's very good.
Darlene.
Yeah.
Hit him
That's
right in
my
the
number.
feels, Darlene. And you know what? You said what you said. And I support it. Look at us.
Woo!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. That's so crazy. Before we continue on, I did want to mention that Justin Bieber also had a Christmas album. He's been really annoying me recently, so I kind of forgot about it. But I want to mention that I used to love Mistletoe. And yeah, I'll probably listen to it once or twice. But also the Jackson 5, they slap Santa Claus is coming to town. And like, you know, Frank Sinatra's Let It Snow and Ally and AJ, it's the greatest time of year. Like, that's a great song too. And like the Christmas song from the Good Luck Charlie show, which also was sang in Sunday with the Chance Are So Random, which is called like My Song for You. That's a great song. And Phineas and Ferb. I was at Bath and Body Works and the Christmas song from Phineas and Ferb came on. And I was like, holy shit. And then lastly, I used to love I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus would mind you.
Did you
When
know
I
your
was younger.
best friend with a lovely cat hates that song as of yesterday?
Really?
Yes.
That's so funny. That and the Muppets, Erica. The last song that I really forgot about it, and that's why I was like, it kind of just, it was on my list and then it just got kicked off as I thought of other ones. But Dominic the Donkey, man. We used to have a teacher in middle school that loved that song, and I love loving it for him. And it's just so cutie. La 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 la. But yeah. So that's all. I just want to mention those guys. We know that you exist and love you as well. And they would all be on my list if it was top 30. So what's up, Mike?
Back to your Jackson 5 comment. I remember Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Jackson 5 being the teaser music for Santa Claus 2, but not watching the movie, but seeing the trailer a million times as a kid.
That's so funny.
And seeing Tim Allen lean into the camera, I have to get married? But even then, I was like, yo, Buzz Lightyear, take it easy.
So cutie. Santa Claus is coming down.
I remember the reindeer flying chaotically in one shot from the movie to that song. And I was like, all right. I remember the Tim Allen leaning in and then like the super magnifying glass on the Mrs. Claus. And that's all I know of the second movie, besides the creepy looking toy Santa.
Oh, yeah.
The Uncanny Valley bullshit.
Basically, like, because bro was trying to get a wife, they were like, we still need Santa. So they created him, and then it went wrong.
Well, he was a robot, and it's the proof that AI is bad, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, literally.
And he was like, everybody's naughty. And then they were all going to get coal. And they were like, no, we're going to snowball fight you. And then they beat him.
So good. Cinema. Ugh.
Well, that was our top 12 songs. Oh my God.
I know, right? Crazy. Are we about to shake hands through the phone? What
Are we
was
about
that?
to dap up on Zoom and just hit our computers? That was crazy.
That was.
We got a lot
I'm
of
pleased.
songs to share with each other.
There's so many. There's so many.
Yeah, there's
And
a
I'm gonna
lot to
wake
go through.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, ugh, I forgot one.
So that's the end of our ranking portion of this episode. Nice and naughty listers.
Damn. You think people on the naughty list are listening to our podcast, Mike?
Nah, they're busy being meanies.
True.
So, to those listening,
We're keeping that in.
we're going to be doing our 2 assignments from one another in our next segment that we are titling Stocking Stuffers. And because I was first on the top fives when we did the categories. I assigned Molly 2 movies, both of which are in my top 10. They were initially my number 1 and 2 before moving them down the list to make way for better ones in hindsight. But, all right, take it easy over there. You didn't grow up with this one. So the first assignment I gave her was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And Molly's going to take the floor on how much she loved it.
So we're going to go out with a plot first. Big family. Dad goes all out. He gets a little crazy eyes when he wants to do his thing. His wife's family was originally just going to go to their house, but then some of his family came as well, and that was like freaking him out. Even though he loves Christmas and such, he still sucks at getting everything ready. Like, you would have thought he would have had it down, but so things weren't really going very well. Also, he was supposed to get a bonus check from his boss, and then he didn't. And then, spoiler alert, shit went very wrong. And then at the end, his boss was kidnapped by
Cousin
his
Eddie.
cousin. Yeah. And then bro ended up changing his mind, not because he was kidnapped, but because he saw that everyone was sad that they didn't have their money for their pool. And then, he wanted to get his family a pool, but he had to drop some money on it. And he needed to get this extra money to help with that. So, yeah. Yeah, he changed his mind. Everyone got their bonuses and everything was happy again. And that was basically it. Like, in simple forms, that was it. It's a comedy with, it's like a big family, weird characters, interesting side characters that kind of just have to endure what's going on. Kind of like simple as that. Okay. And cast to note. I thought there were so many cuties in this movie. First of all, Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory plays the son, Russell, and Juliette Lewis plays his sister, Audrey, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the neighbor, Margot, who gets affected by shit that's going on. And then the wife's voice is recognizable, but I looked and I don't think I've seen any movies that she's in. But like, I love her. So it's fine. And then weird fun fact, and I can't believe I recognized him. The delivery boy at the end of the movie, literally a 1 minute cameo max, plays the janitor, which is also a 1 cameo max in Radio Rebel.
God.
I can't believe it. So shout out Keith McKechnie. I just want you to know, if you don't feel seen, you are seen by me. They didn't get any awards, but there's multiple of these types of movies. It looks like vacation movies and comedies. So, okay, because we are in a holiday episode, I don't want to harp too much on the negatives, and I would rather just give you 2 words as to overall, and then talk about some other stuff, just because, yeah, I understand it would have probably been different if, like Mike said, like if I had grown up with it. But my overall 2 words for this movie are boring and annoying.
Hate. Double hate.
Loathe entirely.
To continue on with that, main themes and what it made me think about. So I thought, going into this movie, hold on, Mike, I'll answer whatever you have to say in a second. I thought that this movie would be them going on a vacation, because I've seen some stuff of this before. I thought they'd be going on a vacation and they would fuck shit up there and something would go terribly wrong there. And then they would learn about the magic of Christmas or whatever. And that would be it. And then they would go home and like whatever. And I thought the theme was going to be like, things go wrong, but you still have your family, so cherish that, right? But then it was kind of fixed when he ended up getting his bonus, so everything was okay. It was only after his bonus where he was like, it really isn't about the money, it's about these moments. No, he was pissed. I mean, rightfully so. But still, like, you would be saying all that if you didn't get your money back, dude. Like, come on. Or get your money, because technically it never was his to begin with. But, and I wrote, also, his family clearly doesn't love him, LOL. So, Mike, did you have something to say? I'm sorry.
My prediction was correct. When I assigned
Really?
these, I was like, I think she's gonna hate Christmas Vacation.
It sucked because I really wanted to like it because it was one of those ones, kind of like A Christmas Story, where like you always hear about it. I'm like, that would be cool to have another banger Christmas movie. And my family just never watched it. I don't think so. Yeah, there were some parts about it. I totally get why people like it. I totally get it. It's also I've never been really super into 80s movies, like some stuff like that. So it really, it was a swing and a miss, but it's okay. Like it wasn't terrible, right? So quick, would I watch it again voluntarily? No. If I was at a social event, I wouldn't go out of my way to turn it off. I've been like, okay, cool. I know what's going on. Would I recommend it to anyone or watch it with them? I probably wouldn't recommend it. And if it was my future husband that wanted to watch it, I'd probably suck it up. You know what I mean? My rating for it was a 2.5 out of 5. But because of the next movie I saw, this one ended up being a 2 out of 5. And I feel terrible. I feel terrible saying that.
Go watch Tar.
But it's okay.
Oh, thank
Quotes I
God.
noted were in the very beginning. So here's the thing. In the beginning, this guy, he was like, we're freaking gonna drive and get this tree. And I have so many thoughts about that. And you know what? I really supported his hustle and wanting a good Christmas, like, period. Like, I'd be like that too. They were going to get the tree and like the daughter was like freezing and he was like, it's all part of the experience, honey. Like, he just brushed it off. And I was like, that's so fucking funny.
She
Another
can't
quote.
feel her hips from the waist down.
Yeah, it's all part of the experience. And why didn't he, like, I don't know, account for that? Like, why, you know what I mean?
Did you bring the saw?
Yeah, like, yeah, also that. Another quote was when he saw his boss for the first time in the movie and he was surrounded by a bunch of these guys and he was gonna like,
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, kiss his ass, kiss your ass, Happy Hanukkah.
I was like, that's fucking funny. Like, that's very quotable. When he finally got the light switch, oh my God, 5 minutes of the movie did not need to be wasted on him trying to figure out where the fucking lights were going wrong. That really annoyed me. But when it finally like clicked or whatever, I think one of the kids was like, he worked really hard, Grandma. And the grandpa went, and so do washing machines. Destroy.
I knew you would like that line just from hearing it. I was like, Molly's gonna like that one.
So do washing machines. I gotta use that. I did not like how she calls her husband Sparky. I was like, she was like in bed and she was like, Sparky. And I was like, throw up. I love her, but throw up. And then he had a crash out, which his crash out was totally valid. At the very end of the movie, when shit went totally wrong, and he ended by saying like,
and I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
and I could totally say something like that because I freaking like Tylenol as a headache person that gets headaches. And I literally was like, that's amazing. I thought his acting was very well as well. Like, I thought the acting was good. So what did you have to say? I'm sorry.
The scene with the lighting, when they couldn't get the lights to work at first, besides the fact that when he handed the ball of lights to his son and was like, you can unsort these. There was also when they were like counting the bulbs with his son, and his son was like, oh, look at the time. I gotta finish my homework, feed the hog, do some laundry.
He was like, go to work.
The one part that I wanted to see if you had noted was his dad when they couldn't get the lights to work. And he was like, oh, I'm sure you'll find it. Well, if you need me, I'll be upstairs asleep.
I'll be upstairs asleep. Yeah, no, I thought that was good. Weird. In the moment, like, I didn't laugh, but I do laugh thinking about it.
It's
So,
probably
I don't
better
know.
on rewatch.
It
It's
probably
not
is.
immediate.
Yeah, it probably is, honestly. So I'm not counting
We're
it out.
stuck under a truck. You think I don't know that?
Yeah, that was, yeah, I didn't like that. That served no purpose. I was trying to be like, maybe that's like a foreshadow of how much this guy's willing to go to prove his point. But I was like, do we really need to waste like 10 minutes on them?
More of the intro to the dysfunctional family. And being
Yeah.
like, this is the kind of shit that happens to them.
Yeah. But I was like,
burn dust and eat my rubber.
yeah.
It's eat my dust. Whatever.
Yeah. So now this is like the fun part, which is thoughts I had while watching, and then questions I still have. And this is where we get to the bulk of my thoughts. I thought the cartoon in the beginning was cute. It was so promising too. I was like, oh, it's Santa. I was like, oh, this is so cute. This is exciting. And I was like, the guy in the truck's face, the guy that was not driving, who was just like staring at them, was so scary. Like almost as scary as the bad guy from Atlantis. Like his little like, I literally was like, why are you looking at me? I felt offended. I was like, and that one guy. So, okay. It took me a hot second to realize whose house the neighbor's house was, if it was Margot's or the boyfriend's. And I realized it was hers. And in the beginning of the movie, he was so mean. And then because of that, Clark, which is the main character, he is mean back. And then Bro goes, "You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that."
Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you. You've got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold. I wasn't talking to you.
Bro was my favorite character. I keep calling him Bro, by the way. I don't know why. Like the whole Clark Griswold, the main character. He was my favorite.
Well, good.
Until he went to go shopping and that whole thing with that lady and whatever. And I was like, I hate that.
The sun catches him, and that's why it's funny.
Yeah, and that's another thing. There's always something like that in older movies, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, I said Bro was my favorite character, and now I dislike him. And then that night or the day after or whatever, he gets stuck in an attic.
The stairs come down.
Yeah. I have 2 notes about it. Number 1, he like looked out the window to see his family leaving. Because he was like, guys, he could have easily fit through that window to get out, in my opinion. And then my second comment about it is like, he stayed up all night watching like family videos, which was very wholesome, actually. But like, how was he not tired? Like, they don't, I mean, in most movies, they don't sleep.
It was the same morning. They left early in the morning to go shopping, and that's when he got stuck up there.
Yeah, but he went up there at night, the night before, because he couldn't fix the lights.
Not in the attic.
Yeah.
No.
That, in my opinion, that's what happened.
Okay.
I put my queen figured out the lights, but I would be panicking. Yeah, the fact that panicking because of all of the things that were in the outlet. I was like,
the electrical fire hazard.
Yeah, I was like, that's terrifying. And my next one is I did not need to see that shit. Literally, I hated his other family members that came.
Oh,
hated that guy.
So funny though.
Yeah, I get the appeal, but oh my God. And I literally did not need to see that. And then also, like, there were a lot of random things that happened that they were all just like okay with. I'm glad that he wasn't okay with that. I didn't fully understand that whole shit with the gas and, but like a good example of this is towards the end when a lot of people and things started getting hurt. They were having, was it the night before? Yeah, the night before Christmas, they were having dinner. And Bro just like vaporized the cat. And then went back to eating. I knew you would hate
that part. It's
I literally was like, in my mind, I was like, what the fuck was Mike thinking? I was like, what? And he just went back to eating as if nothing happened. I don't even know whose cat that was. I was okay, whatever.
It was Aunt Bethany's that she put in the box.
Yeah, okay.
Up her damn cat.
And now the cat's fucking dead. I literally was like, what? And then he just went back like nothing ever happened. And I can't believe he was not mad at that guy for blowing up the tree. I wrote, I'd be murdering Lewis for blowing up my tree in all caps. Because what the fuck? No, but Lewis, the character in the movie, not the cat Lewis.
Never.
Because like what? Also, like they were decked out. Like ornaments can be very expensive. They had tinsel. Like they had so many things like that. Those memories. And he had every right to be pissed at that point. I would have been pissed. And the fact that he even got like another one was crazy. Like he was really trying. Like you really have to applaud him for that, honestly. And at the same time, though, the neighbors, we got to talk about them for a moment. They have every right to be pissed.
Todd. I don't know, Margot.
Yeah, they have every right to be pissed because what? And he's like breaking their stuff and like you expect nothing to happen about it? Like I really would have thought that like one of them would get like a punch in because they honestly deserve it. Because like, yeah, that sucks. I didn't realize his name was Todd. That's so funny. And yeah, but what the fuck you mean? It's not all that matters. You would not be saying that if it hadn't worked out. I strongly think, yeah, he was pissed until he found out that he got his thing. Oh my God, when they went to say grace and Queen was like,
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
And then everyone just was like, okay.
Eddie stood up.
He saluted. And then it happened again, but with her singing the national anthem. After that one dude got electrocuted or exploded or something.
When he threw the lit cigar into the sewer.
Yeah, how did that? Do you know how that works, by the way?
It was all the volatile fumes from the chemical toilet in the RV in the sewer line, and the flame exploded it.
Yeah, disgusting. And they were all just so normal after that.
It's just so funny to see him flop down to the ground covered in like slight ambers and fire.
And then like they were all like just like, oh, say, can you? And I was like, what the fuck?
And the rocket's red glare.
One of my biggest things also is that they didn't actually go on vacation. So it shouldn't be called
it's called
vacation.
From
and you were really
it's
funny.
called Christmas vacation. But...
True. Earlier you were like, you said it in your top 12 and you were like, so like clearly like it's this. And I was like, no. Like if you said Christmas vacation, I would have thought they would have gone on some sort of trip. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just a small thing. And then the last thing, at least the theme song is a banger. I love the theme song. Yeah,
it should be on Spotify, and it's not. Spotify, get your shit together.
That's crazy. Because yeah, it came on at the end and I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because it came on at the beginning too, and I was like, oh my God. At least there's that. Did you hear that?
No, but did you find any of Eddie's humor funny?
Well, I mean, when he well, maybe the reason why I didn't love him, it was because also he like couldn't do something nice for his kids for like Christmas and like the whole.
They're poor.
Yeah, but he also wasn't. It seems like he wasn't trying to not be poor. And then bro was like, I want to get your kids something, and he was like, no. And then he like wrote an exact list. I was like, okay, like come on. But I do have some questions for you, Mike.
What you got?
How the hell did they get that tree out of the ground without a saw?
That's part of the humor, is just seeing the giant ball of roots in front of the car. It's my grandpa's favorite.
The first 10 minutes, that's funny.
Well, the tree being ripped out of the ground and slapped on top of an Oldsmobile.
Which then also, how did he know that he wanted that tree? Like, did he see it and then
it was lit
drive
up
his
when they
family
walked
there?
up to it. Well, they were walking into the forest that he knew to go to.
I just like and no one stopped them from just cutting, well, not even just getting this tree. That was the craziest thing to me.
Well, it was technically a tree farm, but it was like a wildwood one.
Oh, really?
Where they were like just roaming and found one that they wanted.
I did not know that. Okay. Well, yeah, I was just like, whoa. I mean, the dedication.
Yeah, but Cousin Eddie, man, there's like two standout moments besides his Pledge of Allegiance. One is when the sled scene, like
oh my God,
the sled saucer scene where he goes flying.
Yeah.
When he opts out of it, he's like, I would go, but they replaced. You know how the metal plate in my head, they took it out because every time someone used the microwave, I'd piss myself and forget who I was for 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was very odd. Yeah, I think honestly, I just think that certain jokes just went on a little too long, just a little.
Yeah.
Which made it boring and annoying. Back to the original thing.
The other standout for Eddie is like when they're first in the house after you meet him outside, and Clark's like, "So what can I do for you, Eddie? Get you some eggnog, drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead."
Yeah. Some of like the side comments at the ends of phrases were really good, which I liked, which incorporate into the fact that's like, that's gotta be why it's so good, and I get it.
It gets better with reviews or rewatches, but
and if bro loves Christmas so much, why is he taking forever to put up the lights
it's
and
their
to figure
first
it
time
out?
hosting. That's why.
Yeah, but you're telling me he's never like wanted to put up lights before until
they were all in a ball.
Yeah, but I was like, come on. And my last question for you is that you don't like ASMR, but there is a scene where all of them are eating dinner, and it's
I don't listen in.
2 minutes of them just being like,
Well, it's because of the dry turkey, which makes it a little bit funny. I don't like it.
I literally was like, Mike, you hypocrite. I'm so annoyed.
Well,
What
it's
the
also
heck?
the Jello mold with cat food in it is lime.
But yeah, I mean,
Just
some of the
yakking on
side
a
characters, some of the family members were just a little like, okay. And I was like, all right. And yeah, it just seems like none of them really liked him. And they were all like, I'd be freaking out too. Like, yeah, he killed a cat. The tree died. He got a new tree, and the SWAT team can't. Like, of course I'd be pissed. And they were all like, "Oh my god, no, that is so valid." But what should have happened is they should have been like, "Dude, we're so sorry. Like, it doesn't matter. We're still having a good time." Or like trying, you know what I mean? Instead of him getting the money or whatever. So, do you have any thoughts or more questions for me?
Not really. I'm glad you touched on Aunt Bethany because I thought you would love her for doing the Pledge of Allegiance as the dinner for Grace.
Yeah,
Grace,
so good.
she
Grace.
died 20 years ago. The blessing.
Yeah, poor queen. Yeah.
I'm glad you gave it at least 2 stars. I thought you were going to be like 0.5.
No, I couldn't do that to you. And like, it didn't deserve that either. You know what I mean? Like, I totally understand. Totally get the appeal. And some of it, in hindsight, yeah.
Yeah. It's like Christmas Story and kind of Polar Express, where it's like I grew up watching it, so it has a lot more value. And like as I got older and like want to do my own Christmases, now I get what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
and yeah, his eyes specifically when he was like, rah, or like,
I want my boss, Frank Shirley, with a big ribbon on his.
I did not expect that movie would also be connected to the second movie that you wanted me to watch.
Yes. When they're watching it.
Huh?
When it's on the TV in the movie.
Really? That's not what I was gonna. That's not. Ooh, I could write a 10-page essay as to how these movies are connected.
Well, they're also similar formats in terms of like trying your best, crashing down, realizing the truth at the end.
Having money solve all your problems. But I'll explain. Did you want to tell them what you chose and why, or did you want me to just get right into it?
I'll do it. So,
Cool.
guys, Christmas Vacation may have been a miss, had some hits to it. Got a 2 out of 5. Gotta respect it. 2 out of 5 North Stars, guys. So
I'm sorry.
I made a Christmas bit. I hope you liked it.
I did.
Cool. So the other movie that I assigned to Molly, I watched it for the first time last December, and I refused to watch it any other time of the year because the first time I watched it, I thought it was a flawless movie. And sure, I have some similar gripes as I expect to see upon rewatch as of yesterday, because I wanted to watch it again for the holidays and to prepare after having not watched it for a year. That being said, my number 4 ranked movie from earlier in this episode is Molly's second assignment, and that is 1946's It's a Wonderful Life by Frank Capra, starring James Stewart and Donna Reed.
All right, guys. Yes, I actually watched this movie this morning.
Sick.
Yeah, I woke up early so I could watch it. It's a Wonderful Life. Mini plot. It came out in the 40s. Honestly, for a movie that I think actually this is the oldest movie I've ever seen. Fun fact. I don't watch a lot of old movies.
Wizard of Oz.
I've actually never watched The Wizard of Oz.
What?
Yeah.
That was so loud. I'm so sorry.
We're keeping that in. That was
It's
awesome.
from 1938.
What? Amazon Prime. But they had 2 different versions of it. And then they also had a colored version of it.
Please say you watched the black and white.
I watched the black and white. I watched
Thank God.
Mini plot, bro. George Bailey. He's living his life. He has a brother and he wants to basically leave his town, which is based off of Seneca Falls, New York, which I've been to. Because they kept mentioning Buffalo and Rochester and Elmira, and I was like, where the fuck are they? So, and he really wanted to leave. It was called Bedford Falls, and he was like, I'm gonna leave. He's basically like Truman in Truman Show. And basically he couldn't. There were multiple times when things happened and he basically needed to stay in his family business because his dad died or they lost money or something, and then he found love. So then she was the opposite. She wanted to stay there, so he stayed there. And then basically you see his whole life for an hour and a half. And then he suddenly hates his life because he's missing $8,000. That wasn't his fault. And then he basically is like about to like, oh, trigger warning, suicide. He's about to like jump into this lake. And then this angel, that's all right. This angel out of nowhere is like, what's up, dude? And then in the last, I kid you not, 15 to 20 minutes of this movie, he shows him what his life would be like if he wasn't there from the beginning. And then he's like, dang, I am actually needed. And then he's like, take me back to my family, take me back to my family. And then he's like, okay. And then he brings him back to his family. And then something resolves and he gets the money that he needs. And then they all celebrate. And at the end, it's Christmas. It is not Christmas throughout until the very end.
My mom's main gripe, and I kind of get it, but I still love it.
That's it. I get that. Cast to note, I only knew Donna Reed because of Gilmore Girls. For those of you that know, you know about the Donna Reed show episode. The episode from Gilmore Girls that's titled That Damn Donna Reed. She was an icon. I don't know how she got the clear skin that she did. Holy shit. Apparently the director got a Golden Globe for this movie as well. And that's the only award I have to note. My thoughts overall come in sentences, like instead of like a couple of words. Like I had more clear-cut thoughts on this guy. I think that the angel should have come in halfway instead of, an hour and a half in right before it ended.
That's how I was feeling on rewatch. I was like, Clarence could have shown up and like they could have delved into the alternate world more.
Like, yeah, and he was pretty happy most of his life until, he wasn't. And I really didn't like why do we have to have all those kids? I was like, what?
He's crashing out.
I know, but
the $8,000, it was going to be embezzlement charges and he's going to go to jail and never see them again.
Yeah, I know. Also, the angel showed him what life would be like if he wasn't alive at all. But the issue is that he only wanted to die where his life was at that time. And so that's why I don't like that. If he had hated his life the whole time, then what would your life be like if you weren't there? Right. But because he lived most of his life, or like most of like the most exciting part of his life, if I was like it would have made more sense to be like, this is what's going to happen if you die right now. Instead, I get why it wasn't like that. But in my opinion, that part did not make sense. Main themes and what it made me think about. Both of these movies have male main characters who are worrying about money. The main difference between them is that one of them has a family that loves them and one of them does not. And they both get their money in the end. And I think that's really funny. I do think that it is not a Christmas movie. It just ends at Christmas time. And it has nothing, like the idea of it being Christmas has nothing to do with it. Like the angel isn't even like a Christmas angel. Like if that angel was somewhat connected to Christmas, or even like, I don't know, like from the holier side of it, the Christian side of it, whatever, maybe, but he wasn't. Therefore, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not as deliberately Christmas as Christmas Vacation.
So like when I think of a Christmas movie, for example, when you were talking about Die Hard, I don't know anything about Die Hard, but because he was going to his wife's Christmas party, like, and it was a Christmas situation, that was the whole thing. To me, that does make that a Christmas movie then. Like Eloise at Christmas time, she's talking about how much she loves Christmas, and the daughter came back for Christmas, and Christmas is integral to that story, and you know what I mean? That makes sense. That's a Christmas movie. Like even if, let's say, like it wasn't called Eloise at Christmas time and it was called Eloise 2, and if it's still talking about this, it's the same movie, still Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Like Alvin and the Chipmunks, it just happened to be Christmas time. It was nothing about Christmas though. That was a part of the movie. You know what I mean? And because of that, that's why I do not think it's a Christmas movie. It's a good winter
from 1 to 4.
I get it. I understand. And it's a good winter movie. Like you can put it in that same realm, which I guess is fine for, our ranking and everything. When I watched it again, I wrote basically the same thing I said for Christmas Vacation, probably not, just because we saw his whole life for him to suddenly be like, I hate it here. You know what I mean? And I get it. I get why he stayed and did what he had to do. I understand. And same thing, I probably wouldn't recommend it to anyone unless they were a movie person. I think that it was, honestly, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. In terms of like a classic old movie. Like I totally get why the dude won a Golden Globe. Like I thought it was great. Like, I thought cinematically wise, I thought it was beautiful. I thought the costumes were great. The actors were great. I thought the look and the sets and everything, I thought that looked amazing. But yeah. And if it was on and I was somewhere else, I wouldn't be like, turn that off. Right. I rated it a 2.5 out of 5 because I originally had Christmas Vacation at 2.5. And I knew that I liked this more than that, but I could not give it a 3. I don't think.
I was much more generous.
Huh?
I was much more generous with my assignments. Like, I thought they were objectively better than anticipated.
Hell yeah. So, words I had to look up. The only one was yokel, Y-O-K-E-L. It is a disparaging name for someone from a small town or the countryside. To call someone a yokel is to simply imply they are unsophisticated, uneducated, and probably dim-witted. Damn. You got some quotes? This one was just cute. Because at the beginning, bro was like, "You want a shock?" And he like said like a compliment or something like that. And I was like, that's so cute. Like, if I see my friends, "You want a shock? You look good today." You know what I mean? We got to bring that back.
How did you feel about when Mary first showed up at the bar with the pharmacy and like leaned over and was like, "This is your bad ear, right?"
Yes. Oh my God. I like how she said it anyway, even though he didn't confirm.
Mm-hmm.
I was so cute. And she was like, "I'm going to marry you." And I was like, oh my God. I love a good love story and I loved them.
Yeah,
which is
their
why
story is like the best part of the movie.
Yeah, and they were so like delulu together. Oh, they were so cute. Yeah, definitely like that. Which is why it was really annoying when he like was in his crash out.
Their scene with the robe in the bush.
Yeah, and he was like, this is one of my quotes. He was like, "This is a very interesting situation."
I'll tell my mother. Yeah, she's all the way over there.
Yeah. No, they were so cute. I was like, oh. I liked how he was telling someone about his life and he was like, "Gonna go to college to see what they know."
Yeah.
This is a casual way of saying it. And then when they had some people were moving into new houses and she was like, "Here's salt so that you may always have flavor." And I just thought that was so funny because I would appreciate that, but I know that that's not flavor. You know what I mean?
Bread, salt, and wine I thought was a really nice sentiment for a homeowner to be like.
I agree. It was just so funny to me because like, salt so you always have flavor. like to my Italian family, like there's way more than that, right?
I do have another. All right, continue. Sorry.
I have 2 more quotes and then you can when she told him that she was pregnant and he was like, "You won the nest?" I was like, huh?
It's supposed to be a stork reference.
Yeah, because then she was like, I love their little lasso and moon.
Oh, George Lasso's the moon drawing.
Yeah, that's so cute. And then she was like, "Lasso a stork." And I was like, aw. Mm-hmm. So cute. And then his daughter at the end, best quote of the movie: "I'm not sleepy. I want to just look at my flower." Me too.
What about the other kid that's like, "Excuse me, I burped." That part was so funny.
It just reminded me of Dash. I really thought because he got slapped by that one guy in the beginning that when that one kid was like, Dad, I really thought that his crash out was going to be him slapping his kid. And I'm very pleased that it was not the case.
No, he knows better. I know,
guy. But like he was and did you have any more questions before I get to my list of thoughts? Like random.
I'm trying to think of any last minute things.
I have a lot of things to mention, so it'll probably come up and just cut me off.
Okay.
In the beginning, the plot was moving very fast. I, in general, don't understand bank stuff, so I didn't really understand what was going on. All I knew is that they basically didn't have money a lot, and this guy was taking over the town. Yeah. Potter. Poor Annie in the beginning. Bro, hit her ass, and I was like, okay.
Oh, the housemaid, yeah.
And that actor, when Clark was supposed to be in college, he did not look like
George.
He was in college. Yeah, George. He did not look like that. Did I say Clark? That's so funny. He was so tall. When they showed him seeing Mary for the first time at the
school dance.
At the dance, he was towering over them. It almost was like a that scene walked so that West Side Story could run for real.
They're cheering. We must be good.
Yeah, what that was also crazy.
Don't fall in the pool.
And there were so many random people coming in and speaking, and I was like, are these people important? I don't know. Bring the Charleston back for real. They all started dancing, and I was like, yes.
The Charlie Brown.
And I just thought it was so cute because both of them were just so comfy, like being silly together, like doing that dance and then falling in the pool. Like, I love how they just accepted it. And like, even afterwards, that whole bush scene, I just thought it was so cute. They're so delulu. And he's very exclamatory when he speaks.
James Stewart, man. He's the best.
When he like saw her again or something, and he was like, I had a friend that literally used to always go, well, hello. And I'm literally starting to think it's from that movie. And that's crazy to me. The scene of him with his mom was so cute. I really liked that. I was like, aw.
Just point me in which direction.
Yeah.
Good night,
And when
Mrs. Bailey.
when they got married, I just all caps, period, Mary, get your man. But her mom was so disappointed. I thought that was so funny. She was just like, ugh. I thought that the Sloan scene leading up to that was also so intimate. And I was like, damn.
The what? Oh, and she breaks the record.
Yeah.
Come out tonight. Buffalo gals can't come out tonight.
Yeah, like what? He was acting so weird.
He was being so like nonchalant and being like, I don't need to be here. And then he came to.
Yeah, for real.
And I was like, good, because she's a lovely lady and you're being very mean.
Yeah, literally. His mom was so right, which is the funniest thing. And then after they got married and they couldn't have their honeymoon, but they went to that house and everything, and those two guys that were singing in the rain outside, I love them. I was like, that was
when
amazing.
he hits his hat full of water.
Yeah. The dude opens the door and has his hand out, and then he pours the water in his hand.
With the hat.
In the words of Syndrome, and got busy. 4 kids. They just zipped through that.
Yeah, they said they had 2 and then 2 while she was doing the USO. You're like, God dang.
I wish that they showed more of them building their family instead of like cutting to
them being
sudden
toddlers.
bad part. Also, like, there were 2 guys there whose names were Bert and Ernie, and I was like,
source for Sesame Street.
Yeah, I was like, I see you.
Maybe I assigned it for a reason.
And I do think
that's such a niche reason.
Yeah. And then when the angel came to show him what life would be like, hot take. So one thing I left out from the story is that when he was younger, his brother and him were sledding on a lake. I immediately knew where it was going. Brother fell in a lake. He jumped in to save him and basically saved his life. And then like the brother went on to do great things for the army. He could not because it caused him to get an ear infection that affected his hearing for the rest of his life. And that's also why he did not get enlisted. I strongly think, though, that when the angel was showing him what his life would be like if he did not exist, his brother would still be alive. Why? Because there were like 6 other kids there that would have gotten in to save him. And his brother just happened to be the one that jumped in and saved him. Sorry. But I was like...
All the other kids were just like, you look cold.
Yeah, like what? Like you're telling me that he died because no one else was there to save him? No. Sorry. But yeah. And then at the very end, when Angel was like, yeah, you're not alive. Because like he was like, I don't want to be alive. And then so he's like, let me show you what life would be like. He really did not believe him until everyone in his life was like, who are you? And even poor Mary, bro, she was so like, before he even put his hands on her, she was like afraid of him. And I was like, damn. And he just did not believe it. I thought that was crazy. Like, I'm sorry, if someone came up to me and like that whole thing happened, I probably would have believed him. I've been like, yeah. And he's like a grown man. I would have been like, yeah. So that just was funny. Those are all my thoughts aside from my questions I still have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will share my quick thoughts. Because it was the first time I watched it last year, it had that magic to it, like I said, with Before Sunrise, as we mentioned in season 1 of the show, where I thought it was like this flawless movie. And then upon rewatch, I was like, it's good. It's not nearly as perfect as it was the first time I watched it, though.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I feel with this, but like I still love the movie for what it is, even if it's not explicitly Christmas. Like I assigned it because I knew the Christmas impact at the end, but rewatching it, I'm like, could have assigned Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's all right.
Either way,
if they made his life a little bit shorter, and
yeah,
Angel
I
came
wish
in
they
the
did
beginning.
the impact of him not being around a little bit heavier than 10 minutes and being like,
Yeah.
So like even on rewatch, the scene where he goes back to the bridge and he's like, I want to live again. I want to live again. Please, God. That part is what gets to me the most. And then his like seeing all of the people that need him and love him and everything and all of them being like, oh, we do, like, you have no idea the value you have.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it struck me the most. But I digress. Back to the actual stuff.
I liked how when they were talking in the beginning, it just was like lights that were
Yeah, they
brightening
couldn't
up.
show God because they were like, we're just gonna make them galaxies because we don't know what God looks like.
Here are some questions I have. The first one, how does Harry have this many friends? Because technically that party, everyone was saying that was Harry's party. Was it, or was it like prom, or what was it?
Harry, I think he was a senior in high school, and it was like the homecoming dance kind of thing.
Okay, because I was like, there's no way it's his party. He cannot have this many friends.
But like
that's insane.
The teacher joining in, screw it, and then just
yeah, I know, the little splash. Oh, this is silly. But when he was like with Mary and she was naked in the bush, how did they know that he was with her when they like pulled up and was like, hey, your dad died? I don't know. Unless someone saw him leave with her.
Maybe.
But I just thought that was crazy. Just pulled up. I don't fully understand what happened at the bank, but I don't really want you to explain it right now. We don't have enough time, and it also doesn't really
the Great
matter.
Depression part.
Well, I guess I didn't realize it was the Great Depression happening, and I don't know.
That's why they all went to the banks to clear out their accounts to save money.
And but then they
because that is what happened with the Great Depression, and that's why the stock market crashed because there was no money.
When the bad guy was like, "You can come work for me for $20,000 a year," and then he almost shook his hand about coming back and thinking about it, he like looked at his hand as if bro like had like slime on it or something, and then he was
he's
like,
a poisonous man.
I just thought that was crazy. I was like, what's on his hand?
He's like, I just shook hands with the devil.
Yeah. And I guess the last thing is, how is that Mr. Gower and Mr. Potter still alive? They were old men for the entirety of this movie. Bro had 4 kids and they were still alive. I was like, what?
I don't know. They're nice
annoyed me.
people, though. Well, Mr. Gower is, at least.
One of them is, yeah.
Mr. Potter's a scumbag and deserves to die. But
literally.
Your $8,000, I don't know where it went.
So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Cool. And with that, we wrap Molly's stocking stuffers.
Whoa, 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 whoa. And now Mike is going to tell us all about his experience. I knew that the Santa Claus 3 was going to be one of 2 things he was going to be introduced to. The second one was originally Cheetah-licious Christmas album by the Cheetah Girls. And then I obviously was like, shit, he's never seen Eloise at Christmas time. So that became his second. Mike, you can do whichever order you would like.
Because it's the way I printed it out, Eloise at Christmas time is first.
Yes! Cool.
For both of my movies, I gave alternate titles at the end based on what I witnessed.
Hell yeah.
And both of them are titles inspired by other movies that seem to have similar story prompts / building blocks.
Cool.
So, as I will explain, Eloise at Christmas time, I said more like the Plaza Trap. First things first, at the beginning of the movie, Eloise kind of annoyed me. Like, her first few lines, I was like, she is so lost in this top floor opulence detachment from reality. I can't stand this girl. Story. It will sound like I'm reading from a book because I did type these out to make it easy. Story. In summary, Eloise is a 6-year-old girl living on the top floor of the Plaza Hotel in New York City with Nanny, played by the GOAT Julie Andrews.
Yes!
While her mom is away on work in Paris. The hotel owner, Mr. Peabody, and his daughter, Rachel, she returns after however many years away and is to be wed on Christmas Eve to Brooks, a Harvard grad that vows to support Rachel with his well-off finances from business success.
What?
In reality, he is a child-endangering liar that wants to exploit their wealth. Bill, GOAT, a room service delivery boy and theater student, is Eloise's best friend in the hotel, and he has a romantic past with Rachel. However, he was made to be the bad guy for just being a lowly bellboy by her father, who sent her away, and this is when she met Brooks. Eloise takes it into her own hands with inside knowledge of the hotel and its staff to expose Brooks for being a scumbag and setting Bill and Rachel up to be genuinely happy and together on Christmas Day. Her own crisis comes as Mrs. Thornton is presumed dead based on dramatic irony, when she is in fact moving out because she has run out of funds from which her rich son was supporting her. Eloise takes this
Who's
situation,
Mrs. Thornton?
an elderly woman in the hotel that is kinda Eloise's enemy. She wants to cook her turtle.
Mm-hmm.
So her own crisis comes as Miss Thornton is presumed dead, and she takes this situation upon herself as she realizes that though she may want her turtle dead, she is still just an old woman living out her years in comfort before the future arrives. I did the same format with Santa Claus 3, so I'm going to just go in order based on what I have written out. The humor of this movie. There were a lot of fourth wall breaks where Eloise talks directly to the audience, but not all of it was as funny as I had anticipated, but there were standouts. Lots of one-off quotes that made me laugh internally, and I immediately jotted them down.
Nice.
I will read some now. Number 1. This one actually got me to chuckle out loud and at work, and no one heard me, and that was fine.
Once, she took me to a fashion show in Milan, and I threw up on Coco Chanel.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a Molly movie. Got it.
Let me live.
I didn't say it was a bad thing. As soon as I heard that, I was like, I know why Molly loves this movie.
Her delivery. Also, you knew this was a book beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Which is why she's like narrating.
Mm-hmm. The second line also comes from her. I think all 4 of these come from her. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Second, I'll get into why I was not a fan of the kitchen scene, but the introduction to the kitchen scene, chefs know all kinds of things about everything, like how to tell how ripe a pomegranate is, or who eloped with the milkman.
She's so real. She's so real.
That leads into number 3, where I wrote real as hell at the end of it, which is, I keep my room messy because if I clean it, I can't find a thing.
Yes.
And I was
That
like,
used to be so real.
Real. Like, my room's not even messy. And I'm like, where is something?
That's so funny.
And then number 4 was her interaction with Nanny. And she's like, Nanny, have you ever been wooed? Oh, well, I suppose I've been testy a time or two, but only when people deserve it. Not rude, Nanny, wooed.
I love it. So good.
As for other characters, some of these people are real bitches. Number 1, Brooks. I'm off to the barber for a shave. This man had 0 facial hair.
Fucking bitch. Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Prunella. This is a Christmas party, you idiot. And Christmas means red, not burgundy, not cranberry, red. All right, you're no Ron Weasley, but go off. Not burgundy, not cranberry, red.
Red. Oh my gosh, we're totally using that now.
From a graphic designer standpoint, I was like, I know where she's coming from, but she's being so rude about it.
Oh, not you sympathizing.
Like, I get color consistency for an event, but come on.
Yeah.
Mike's unbridled hater moments and mixed bag of random thoughts.
Yeah.
Number 1, Eloise is in the kitchen with the chef in the introduction to the chef staff, and she is sitting on the counter. Shut them down.
Fate, close us down. Our reputation is hanging by a thread as it is.
Yeah, it does seem very unrealistic for some of the things she gets away with.
But I get that it's like a Disney made-for-TV movie, so it's okay. Number 2, Rachel's fitting scene. Is it just me, or do her hairstylist and tailor need to work together really badly? Because in the fitting scene, the way she had her hair done, like the kind of bob with the curled ends, I was like, that does not go with your dress. And I felt like a grown-up being like, that does not look good.
Dude, I completely agree with you. I think that her original dress was terrible, which is why it made me even more happy that she didn't get married to him.
Number 3, Brooks is arrested on 3 charges of fraud. No one cared that kid in a metal box in a boiler room.
Literally.
As soon as he did that, I was like, yo, this guy's going to jail.
Nanny probably said something. She should have. I would have. We should have.
I would hope anyone said something. He put me in a box in the basement.
Yeah.
Number 4, breaking up the wedding. Can you explain how Bill blasted back from Vermont? Because he was gone.
Did he actually go?
They said he left for his vacation, and then mid-wedding, he just like into the aisle, and everyone was like, it's bad.
They probably saw him leave, but part of me is just wondering if he didn't actually go. But yeah.
I have a similar gripe for number 5, which is the ending. Eloise's mom distinctly says she's snowed out in Paris and can't make it home. And then she shows up at the end. I'm like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that?
Yeah, that's so real.
Let's see. Is that, yeah, this is the last of my notes. Okay. Special Agent Kringle being the arresting officer on Brooks. Are you fucking joking? That was all I had. That's Eloise at
So
Christmas time
good.
for me, guys.
So good.
Also, I found half a croissant under my bed.
She's so cutie. I used to always want her room until I became an organized person. Now
True.
I only agree with like the decorations and like the size of their spaces.
Yeah.
Is that everything?
That's everything I had written down. But if you have any questions, I can answer them.
Well, I'm just going to ask you some questions that I asked myself, which is like, would you watch it again?
Depending on the audience, yes.
And would you recommend it to someone?
Depending on the audience, yes.
Did you notice that the overture of the movie, they had its own theme, but then it like, well, actually, no, it started with, I'm pretty sure it was from the Nutcracker or something like that, but then they changed it to include like morphed some Christmas music into like her theme. I don't know if you caught that, but I
No,
listen to the soundtrack sometimes.
I did not, but I would rewatch it with you because I know you like it.
Isn't she
Plus-
so cutie though?
Plus,
the
there's a bunch of
actress?
throwaway jokes that I was like, nice. I threw up on Coco Chanel.
I just love the actress. I think she did great. And
Yeah, she was only like 7 when they filmed.
it's wild because I only know her as Eloise and then
Mhm.
as a character from My Sister's Keeper. I don't know if you know what that movie is. It's that real fast. It's that book turned movie adaptation where this girl was born only to help save her sister from cancer. And the girl that plays Eloise plays the sister that dies. So like, and she has like a heart-wrenching love story too. So she either plays like the cutest, most amazing character alive or like a very sad dying child.
Yeah, that is kind of a bummer.
But it's obvious, honestly, it's great to see her duality. She does amazing in both.
Oh, well,
So-
for sure. Do you have any questions?
Well, what was your rating?
Oh, took some time because at first I was like, do I want to rate it as a movie or as a Christmas movie explicitly? But I went
Well,
with
just
I went with overall rating, and that just encompasses the fact that it's a Christmas movie. I gave it a 3.1.
yes.
It's in the similar realm of Lilo and Stitch. Stitch has a glitch. I know you enjoy it, so if you wanted to watch it, I would rewatch it. That kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
Let's go.
Stitch fucking died and then came back.
True.
Christmas.
Did you like how, like, when she was narrating, she came out of that box in the beginning of the movie?
Well, as soon as she came out of the box, I was like, oh, she's a snob. And then as she like showed she had a heart and she was like, oh, Nanny, how can you say such a thing? When she was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just her time.
She's
Like the
such a
dramatic
cutie.
irony of assuming she's dead and not just moving out.
Yeah. Ugh, and her fit. Ugh. You gotta watch the original Eloise. I think Christmas time is better though, but yeah.
Perhaps.
It's a similar type of situation where like someone comes in and something happens and she's like, whoa.
Not with me.
You didn't say a single thing about Gavin Creel though. So
I said Bill was the GOAT. I'm going to keep saying Bill's the GOAT. Rest in peace, September 2024.
I love that man. That movie made me love him.
He's the best in that movie. I didn't know him from anything else, though.
So good. So good. I mean, he was a musical man. Ugh.
Yeah.
And when he looks at Rachel, oh my God.
And fumbles all the forks.
Yeah. Wait, what about, don't you think that the head of the hotel's secretary looks like a Who from Whoville? Do you think they did that on purpose?
Cornelia?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I like the tricks that Eloise pulls on her, though.
It's so good. It's so easy.
She's like, oh, the dog's got your paycheck.
Cool. I'm pleased. Are you pleased?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yes. Well, Mike, you also got to watch another movie, and I would love to hear you like compare them kind of how I did. I mean, for me, it was easier to do so because they were similar in my eyes, but still, just like which one you potentially liked more. Your second movie was The Santa Claus 3. I chose this one because obviously you guys heard it was my number 2, and you know Tim Allen, love that guy. So yeah, what were your thoughts?
So, Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Alternate title, Back to the Wonderful Life. I'll explain.
I get it. I get it.
So, to preface the rest of this review to get Molly hyped up,
It is like It's a Wonderful Life.
That's what I thought.
But at least they don't go to the beginning of his life, just to him beginning being Santa. Ha. Okay, sorry.
I didn't
Keep
say that it was any better or worse.
I know.
But I'm going to preface to hype you up. I love Martin Short.
Thank you.
So you don't know what you're in for, right?
Well, Mike, if you like Martin Short, then you should watch Barbie's Princess and the Pauper because he plays the villain in that movie. But
you should watch Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, where he plays the
I have
henchman.
seen Jimmy Neutron.
The movie
Probably. We used to love that.
when the parents get abducted by aliens. Good, because Martin Short's the henchman to the bad guy.
All right.
Voiced by Patrick Stewart.
I love that even though we've done a whole season and now 2 holiday episodes, we still have like more to do. It's so exciting, don't you think?
Yeah. So, as I said, first 2 movies I hadn't seen, but I read the plots on Wikipedia. I'm not going to read it, but I did type out the premise of the 2 movies right there.
I mentioned it earlier and you kind of hinted at it, but yeah, say what you need.
First movie, Scott becomes Santa. Has a divorced family. That's about it. Second movie, he has to get married or he loses his ability to be Santa, uses magic, marries his son's principal. Son's a delinquent at that age, going to the principal a lot. That's how they meet, blah, blah, blah. And Santa Claus 3 follows up with them being married and living in the North Pole. And that's where we start. So I'm going to sound like a book again, but don't worry. The story. Scott is still Santa, happily married to Carol as they anxiously anticipate the arrival of their first baby. Scott has qualms since he messed up with his ex-wife and Charlie the first time. As a way of togetherness, Scott invites Carol's parents and his ex's family to the North Pole. Carol's parents have been lied to, believing he's a toy maker in Canada. The Council of Legendary Figures calls for an emergency meeting due to the callous actions of Jack Frost. Without a holiday of his own, he has promoted Frostmas during the holiday season, which is reserved for Santa. Instead of facing sanctions, he aids in making the North Pole appear as Canada to maintain the lie with Carol's parents. His real intentions are to sabotage said preparations to the point that Santa's willpower cracks and he wishes that he was never Santa Claus at all. Very important. With this, the escape clause is invoked, and as they are sent back to the night that Scott became Santa, Jack Frost claims the title instead. Doing so creates an alternate timeline where Scott and Carol never met. He remains a businessman in Charlie's adolescence and has nothing to do with him, and Jack Frost has turned the North Pole into a theme park where parents can pay indulgences to have their kids on the nice list. Scott eventually reverts Frost's actions with the help of his kinda stepdaughter Lucy and tells Carol's parents the truth of being Santa. Secrets are not something to hold against family. At the end, Scott's ex-wife's daughter Lucy thaws Jack Frost with a hug, which I will discuss later, and Carol gives birth to Buddy Claus. Similar to Eloise at Christmas time, the humor, mainly one-off jokes, but they come from a ton of different angles compared to Eloise at Christmas time. Notable humor, number 1, I knew from the trailer, but it hit again when I was watching the movie this time. Jack Frost responding to Lucy saying,
Okay, chill.
I invented chill.
and I'm like,
So good.
That's so real, dude. Take it easy. Like, I'm the same way. The second one, it was such a very minor piece of dialogue that wasn't even from a human being or an elf. The toy duck that speaks 3 different languages. El duque de quaque.
Yes. So good.
I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, some of those toys are a little interesting.
Number 3, the entirety of Jack Frost attempting to seduce Carol's mom. Would you like to be my elf?
Oh my god, with the cocoa. And she was like,
and he was like, I bet you can sing. All right. Okay. Number 4. What do you mean, no thank yous? What about all the plates of cookies and the milk? Please, I'm cleansing. I said that one was real as hell because I'm on week 1 of losing 70 pounds by next December.
Whoa.
I'm trying my best.
That's all we can do.
Number 5 is a single line from the horrifyingly designed Easter Bunny. And you kill fruit. Talking about the allegations against Jack Frost and why he's a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
And number 6, Scott's father-in-law, Bud, played by Alan Arkin, goated, who also starred with the elf girl Trish, who's played by Abigail Breslin in the movie Little Miss Sunshine, which I still have to watch, but it's apparently very, very good. You were saying something about Bud.
How about him with his crush on Mother Nature?
Oh,
When he
the
rests
slow
his-
head nod? Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
I was like, dude, you're kind of real for that, but take it
He
easy. You're in
is
front of
so
your
real
wife.
for that. It's Mother Nature, bro. I mean, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah. I also had the small note that Spencer Breslin, who plays head elf Curtis, and Trish, who's like the little elf in class at the beginning, they're siblings in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nice, dude. You can't
Yeah,
get away
is-
from your family. How
Mhm.
relatable to the movie.
Yeah, Bernard's not in the third one, right?
No, he was,
Which sucks.
he was like kind of growing out of that age bracket by the time he
You would have loved that guy.
word.
You gotta watch 1 and 2. Gotta get that guy.
I know
Curtis
who
is
Nick
annoying.
Krumholtz is. He's a good actor.
I love him.
So Scott's father-in-law, Bud, it was when they first showed up and they were suspicious of the Canadian facade. And they were like, they're petite. And he was like, no. Tom Cruise is petite. These people are short. I was
about when
like,
they
it's kind of funny because Tom Cruise is like 5'6".
Really?
Yeah,
I'm taller than Tom Cruise.
you might be.
I feel powerful. How about when they all were like, eh?
That part, I was like, I get that they're trying to be Canadian. You know what time it is?
What time is it, Mike? Ooh, random thoughts.
Mike's unbridled hater moments and random thoughts.
I'm so ready.
Number 1, the fireplace in Santa's house is horrifying. And then
I
it
love it.
started moving when he came down the chimney and it got even scarier.
That's so cool.
I was horrified. Following in the fact that it was horrifying is the prosthetic makeup on Martin Short's nose. It's a very niche complaint. He already looks kind of Jack Frosty. That prosthetic nose was creepy as hell.
Really, what about when he like was Santa, like Frost as Santa?
That's my second to last note. Santa Jack is a nightmare. Number 3, Curtis, you literally handed Jack Frost a plot device, you moron.
That's why Bernard is better.
Number 4, the work-life balance struggle. It's kind of real, but show some goddamn respect. Your 9-month pregnant wife and her parents will kill you.
Yeah.
Basically lashing out and saying maybe you guys shouldn't have come at all to his 9-month pregnant wife.
Yeah.
Not Santa material.
Hey, if you think about it, he's only been Santa for like 2 years. Because he was Santa, he had his first Christmas, and then he had to get the wife, and then that was their next Christmas, and then I'm pretty sure she was pregnant, and now that will be his third Christmas, I think.
Perhaps. Either way, Santa wouldn't say something like that.
You're right. Which is why he realized he was wrong, but it's fine.
Yeah. Act 3. Okay, so this movie ripped off the alternate timeline concept of It's a Wonderful Life. They both wish their lives away and see the effect of said wish being fulfilled so that they can see the folly of their ways and appreciate the life that they were given. Makeup-wise, Santa Jack is a nightmare. And last note, this one's the personal note because I'm kind of a bitch.
What is it?
Jack Frost, don't you worry. I too would shatter/melt from something like that.
Aw. What about like the reindeers or the elves when, you
The
know,
reindeer
Jack
fart
was...
jokes were gross.
Yeah, they happen all the time though.
Yeah, I was
kinda
like,
like-
I can't support that. Like as a kid, I probably was like,
Well,
No.
didn't you not like the yaks? Is it a yak? The 2 guys from Thor: Love and Thunder. You did not like those
barely
guys at all.
remember it, so I don't think I.
The
Oh, the screaming goats.
goats. Yeah.
Death. Hate it.
Yeah. So, but like, oh my God, the little elf tap dancers. Come on.
Oh, on the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Rudolph's mama. I do think that he really like guilt him into saying that. Like he literally was like, at all? And he was like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's the.
So you're saying I wish it, and he was like, so I'm saying I wish it. Like, yeah, like,
Yeah, there was
I
a
was
ton
like,
of
okay.
manipulation going on,
yeah.
but
Whereas It's a Wonderful Life, he was kind of like,
he was
well,
actually crashing out.
yeah. I do think for It's a Wonderful Life that he also was drinking, so it's like okay. But
A little bit.
so what's the rating, Mike?
I gave it a 3.4.
Would you watch it again? Would you watch the first 2?
With the proper audience, yes.
What if it was just you?
Probably not.
Mike.
Hey, if anything, I'm supporting watching it with you.
True. And you read the plots. There's something about it, man.
I
So
get
good.
the charm of it. It's just watching the third installment at 25 years old on its own. I was like, I get the charm of it, and like it's got Disney money behind it.
Yeah, I think the Santa Claus 3 is a lot like High School Musical 3, where like it's a lot more fancier the third
It's got a
time
higher
around.
budget and production value.
Yep.
But no one sings they've got to go their own way.
One of us. One thing I did want to say about
Yes.
It's a Wonderful Life, though, is that there is a Hannah Montana episode where she wishes she had never been Hannah. And so that also applies to this, too. And then, like, an angel comes in and shows her what her life would be like. And then she was like, ah.
So
So
my
same
question
deal.
is, does this affect your score if It's a Wonderful Life, knowing the parallel,
That it would go up.
or stay the same?
It would probably stay the same. If anything, it would either stay the same or go down. I'm so sorry.
Damn.
Because at least Bro goes back in time like closer in the movie than the last 20 minutes. I literally was like, what? Because for a while, I strongly think because they showed his life for an hour and a half, I was like, what is the point of this? Like, where is this going? I was like, is it just going to end? Like, huh? So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where
that's
you
why
knew
on
that Frost.
rewatch it didn't feel as Christmassy to me.
Yeah. Well, whereas like for Frost, you knew he was gonna fuck something up. Like he clearly had an agenda, and you were like, all right, something's happening here. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Where when you're just watching his life, you're just like, oh, I'm just watching his life. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they jumped over the 4 kids, I was like, okay, what's happening now? You know, I don't know, but I'm pleased. Still not spreading the nose. How'd you like Lucy?
Lucy was cool.
She used to annoy me a lot.
Really?
Mr. Scott, Uncle Scott. Oh my God, that's it, Uncle Scott. Uncle Scott.
That line was hilarious to me. Like the delivery of the line of, he stole from Santa and he's going to be on the naughty list forever.
She was so much cuter in the second movie, but yeah, I still love that actress. I wonder where she is now. Let's get her on the show.
Yeah.
Uncle Scott.
Also, the casting for Neil, her dad.
Neil.
If you've seen, I doubt it, but have you seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yes.
You have.
My dad showed it to me once, which is how I recognize Neil.
Yeah.
I don't
Neil-
like the movie, but I love Neil.
Oh, it's funny, but yeah, Neil is the line cook that has the younger sister that needs an abortion in Fast Times.
I wish you guys could have seen Mike's face when he realized I know what that movie is.
Yeah, it was kind of redeeming.
It was so full of light.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot, so she got a lucky shot.
This is why you need to watch the Santa Claus 1, because Neil is like, he's like, Scott, are you okay? Like when he's turning into Santa, and he's literally like trying to gaslight him. He's like, I think you need to go see someone, Scott.
That's the part I
Like-
hated about Neil, that he was trying to fix everything as therapy, and I was like, please shut up.
I love him though.
I was like, I get what you're trying to do, but just let them do it.
Showing Neil really shows how him and his wife were never gonna make it work. I totally understand. So yeah.
Yeah, but that is my stocking stuffers.
Yes. Crazy. Wow. This is a really long episode, you guys, but that's
With
not gonna
edits,
stop
it's not
us.
gonna be. With editing, it's gonna go down a lot.
Yeah, but still.
We had fun, and that's what matters, and we're not even done yet.
I know, that's crazy.
You're
And that's
introducing it.
because we're gonna do a 1 album spotlight, because I don't know if you kind of heard me earlier. I was like, guys, you know, I'm taking 1 song from each album, and I'm like, ugh. So we gotta shout out 2 albums. Mike, you wanna give your album first?
You want me to go first? That's so nice.
sure.
Of you.
Absolutely.
Mine's on the spot thinking because it's not on my top 12 at all. My Christmas album spotlight is 2014's Christmas by Michael Bublé.
Nice.
I am a Michael Bublé fan. Sure, whatever, say what you want. So
It's beginning to look a lot like
that's the first song on the album. I'm looking at it right now.
I know it is. Anywhere you
Holly Jolly Christmas on this album, by the way, is like in the top 5 on that dopamine reception list that I told you about. But like his rendition of Jingle Bells with the Papini sisters. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle
Do you
all
remember?
the way.
Do you remember the version of Jingle Bells we did? Were you there for that? Jingle, jing, 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 fa la la, fa la la la.
I wasn't too big of a fan of it.
What was the end part? Oh, I don't remember how it ended, but I remember the ching 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 ching.
I'm not a big fan of Santa Baby to begin with, but like his rendition of it being from the man's perspective is kind of interesting, but I'm still not a fan. I would say if I had to give a top 3 from the album, I'm scrolling through it. Top 3, I would have to say White Christmas, Christmas, Baby Please Come Home, and All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Nice.
That's my top 3, and that is my album spotlight.
Nice.
Y'all.
I wanted to spotlight an album that we haven't talked about any songs from it so far. I mean, technically we did, but
is it DMX's cover of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
You know Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen.
It's not.
Damn.
I'm so sorry. Okay. It is Pentatonix's That's Christmas to Me 2015 album. I have that in CD form. We did sing some songs from it. Like we sang their version of White Winter Hymnal.
Mary, did you know?
I think we did Mary, Did You Know?
We did.
I know Sleigh Ride. Another one that's a banger on there is their Winter Wonderland / Don't Worry, Be Happy with Tori Kelly. Some of those riffs on there will be ingrained in my head forever. Like a yeah, so good. I actually haven't listened to it in a while. I think I did see a holiday concert of them, and that was one of their biggest albums. So yeah, that would be mine. I thought about that last night. I was like, ooh, I gotta mention them because I used to love them. And yeah, and once again, another group we have not really talked about yet on the pod. So yeah, yo.
I just got a text from my friend that will make this a holiday special instead of a Christmas special. I got her a present for Hanukkah.
Nice.
And she just got it, and she said, they all smell lovely. And it's an 8-pack of hand creams because it's 8 nights. So I was like, 1 for each.
Nice.
And she said, thank you.
Aww.
That was Jenna who referred us to some music in season 1 that we weren't too fond of that I listened to. And I was like, I'm sorry.
What's
but now
up,
she
Jenna?
has hand creams and 8 scented steamers for the shower.
Ooh.
So
very cool.
She's having fun on Hanukkah.
Nice. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to wrap this up. I don't know. Earlier, Mike, you said that. And I don't know if you meant that with like the pun intended. Like wrapping it up like a Christmas present. Well,
no. I was going to put a bow on it, though. On like bolt, putting a pin in it.
Ooh. Wait a second. What's that behind your ear? Is that a... Yes, it is. It's a pin. Let's do this. Let's take the pin and put it in this conversation.
Mike, do you wrap presents or do you just put them in a bag?
Oh, man. Everyone. I don't know if I've shown you. I am a present wrapping champion. Excuse me.
Where are you going?
Second. I'm grabbing proof. Hang on.
Damn.
It's like a 2-second thing because it's your present on my bed.
Is it a cat? It's a cat. Is it a cat?
I hope not.
Damn.
Because it's not that big.
Is it Lewis?
That big? Come on, man.
There it is.
But this is the wrapping I do.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm like 70-30. Like
if it's a difficult one, I'll bag it. But I try my best before I give up.
If it's difficult, I'd try and wrap it. Because like if it doesn't really fit in the bag, like the bag is like poking out because it's weird. I'm like, I know what I gotta do.
Yeah.
So it also depends on how I'm feeling. So
I laughed like a child.
You called me a child, fucking bitch. What the heck? Rude.
The spirit of Christmas is in you. That makes you
your
a child.
Mom.
All right. I did not mean to call you a child. You can be a child at heart.
I didn't mean to call you a fucking bitch. This time.
Thank you. I also got these super cool custom stickers made that I designed at work. And they're Santa as Uncle Sam. And it says, do not open until Christmas. And I put them on the back of all the presents I wrap.
That is so cute. I heard that like Staples, you could customize your own wrapping paper.
That's what yours is. That's Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah. Next time you gotta do it with Lewis.
I told Erica to, and she might
would
have,
die.
but I don't know.
I would die. He's just so cute. I love him.
We might be working on a joint Christmas present for you regarding Lewis, but we'll see.
A cat?
Joint custody. Visitation hours in Boston.
Bring him here.
Yeah.
He'd be like, what the fuck?
He'd be like, oh, it's Molly. I changed my mind. I love this place.
Yeah, there we go. On Friday, don't give him weed, okay? Please don't.
I won't. There's too many people. It's when it's like a quiet, chill night with like 3 people around that I'll do that. Overstim for Lewis to have catnip, so.
Erica did not say if she found anything yet.
She did. I
See,
told her
she
there's
has-
a ton hanging out still.
What'd she say?
Well, she said she found like 2 or 3. The first one was the one in her shoe, and she was like, what the fuck is in my shoe? On her way to work. And then she opened it and it said, you are a queen. And she's like, Molly. And now it's tucked into the corner of their bathroom mirror as a affirmation in the mornings.
Oh, that's
You'll
so
see it on Friday.
I'm so excited. Oh.
The one that I put in their calendar is still there, and I pointed it out to them. I was like, yo, how didn't you see this?
That's funny.
There's the one I tucked behind the sign in their bathroom that Dylan saw as soon as I said I found one that you haven't. And he's like, oh, is it that? And I was like, fuck. And I was like, I hope you know there's at least a dozen more.
Oh my God. Period. I got invited to someone's holiday/birthday party. And we're like kind of friends. I don't know what to get them.
Is it Jesus?
No.
Damn it. It was a Christmas birthday party. I was like, is it Jesus?
That's actually so fucking funny. And I thought it was tomorrow, and then I realized it's actually on Tuesday. So
word.
I don't know what to get him, so I'm just been but all right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for not 1, but 2 seasonal specials.
I thought you were going to say thank you for joining us for not 1, not 2, but 6 hours.
That would go crazy. We should do a live episode one day. That'd go insane.
A YouTube live over Zoom.
Yes.
Brutal, but I would
That'd
love
be
it.
Awesome. Just a reminder that if you're listening to us on YouTube, we are on Spotify. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, we also are on YouTube, if that's also your thing. And we do have playlists on both of our accounts.
We have the holiday super mega playlist on YouTube that will go live once this is posted.
Awesome. And also by the time this is posted, our reviews on Letterboxd and Music Board will be up. And also something special you might be noticing on our Instagram stories at the moment, I have been posting some cute little album reviews, roughly 1 a day. Caveat, I originally put their albums that I've listened to in the last 6 months. I did stretch that out for the past year just because I realized I needed a bit more variety. I went through a really big pop phase. So most of them are pop, and I was like, okay, let's stretch this a little bit. So yeah. So if you're looking for some ideas, things to listen to, not to listen to, go check those out. There's a highlight on our Instagram of Tim Allen as Santa, his face. Go click on that and you'll see all of my album reviews. And that leads me to our last thing, which is that this is our last episode of 2025. And thank you guys if you've been here since season 1, episode 1. We love and appreciate you. And we will be posting a little something for New Year's. So just keep an eye on that. And just keep an eye out for anything else in the future. We are not going away. So we're sticking around. You stuck with us.
Fate, call it karma, call it a hiatus. We will
call it puking on Coco Chanel.
Dude, if my mom took me on a fashion show in Milan, I would puke on Coco Chanel.
That means that her mom also must have been like super freaking famous to have her still be in the industry after her daughter doing that.
Fur coat at the end of the movie. I was like, she's a rich bitch, whatever.
Yeah.
Living on the top floor of the plaza like it's nothing.
And not even she, her daughter, like, yeah.
And a nanny.
Yeah.
Who needs a raise.
Yeah, literally. Anyway.
Dragging her to Toys R Us, poor lady.
Comment down below. What was your number 1 movie again? Home Alone. Comment down below if you think Kevin McAllister or Tom Hanks as all 7 of his characters, who would beat who in a fight?
Kevin McAllister. He would trap them so quickly.
the ghost could potentially have some power moves.
The hobo ghost?
Yeah.
Kevin
He
would
could have
just-
fooled me.
Kevin would pull the furnace. Shut up.
Still, if you have any opinions about that, comment down below
Yeah.
or DM us. Thank
Or
you.
who would win in a fight? Jack Frost or George Bailey? Jack Frost without the ability to freeze people. Physical fight.
I think Clark Griswold would then win.
That's a wild card pull. Nice. He's not even in the fight. He just shows up. He's like,
It's
dead.
Christmas. Yeah, like if someone other than his family members were there, he totally would have punched him.
Yeah.
So, maybe if Clark Griswold was in the Santa Claus 3, then he would have gotten his revenge pretty easily. Actually, who knows? He couldn't even find the outlet in which his lights were plugged in, so we'll see.
He was trying his best.
Your mom's
right.
trying her best. Sorry.
Always, and I don't blame her. She's doing the best, and she is the best.
Nice.
And to
You
all
are the
those
best, Mike.
listening, what?
You were the best.
You are so kind, and I'm gonna say the same thing to you. You're the best.
Thank you. You are the top. Oh my gosh, were you about to do a to all a good night?
I was gonna say to everyone listening, happy holidays.
Oh yes, happy holidays, everyone. Comment down below some of your favorite holiday things to do, activities.
Yeah, if we didn't list your favorite
Foods.
songs, tell us we suck and then list them.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe they'll show up on our list next year. If we do this next year.
Next Christmas, we're caroling through the night.
Thanks for joining me, Mike. You're super cool.
I'm chill.
I invented chill.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Ding-a-ling, ding, ding, ding-a-ling.